Welcome to Spanish Fork 17. I am Andrew LaRose, and this is the Turkey Day Dodgeball Tournament, an annual event here down in Spanish Fork. This is one of the bigger groups that they've had in their history. There's going to be 17 teams duking it out tonight to see who is crowned champion of Turkey Day, because who doesn't want to be king of Turkey Day? So we're going to have all sorts of games going on this evening. So I will be over here on the East Gym. We have another set of folks over there on the West Gym that will be doing the other half of the tournament today. And we'll be able to meet up for the final, which from what I've heard is going to be around midnight. So it's going to be a long night of dodgeball, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you are as ready for it as these teams are, as they are racing to the center. And there's going to be a couple of casualties, as is always going to happen at the very beginning of the dodgeball game. So in control here is, it appears to be this team in black over here. So this is one of the teams from Mountain America Credit Union, who it almost feels like they're sponsoring this event, because they've got 3 teams in this tournament. And so it's going to be fun to see if any of them advance and end up facing each other, because that'd be fun. As I said that, the other team has completely dominated them and now has a big advantage. Only 3 guys from the MACU team currently standing. There's now a 4th one after a catch. So currently we've got 8 guys on the court for our team on the left. I wish I knew who they were. Their name is on this sheet that I have, but I didn't hear what it was. So we're just going to roll with it. So it is down to 3 for the MACU team. Some nice velocity on these. Some of these are just a bit outside and a bit high, and all of the different directions, as there's balls careening off the wall. Like it's mayhem, folks, and this is just the beginning. So I hope you're all strapped in for an awesome night of dodgeball. Nice little dodge there. Evades. Ooh, goes with the pump fake and still misses there. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. All the balls around the MACU side of things, man. It's just crazy there. Oh. Wheeling it up. Okay, 2 balls in hand, 1 there. Trying to desperately get themselves back in the game. Oh, now it is 5. Got 5 on the one side, 6. My apologies. Math is hard at these times. Oh, big throw there. Then leaves himself out to try by going up front, and that is going to be it for him. A brilliant effort there, as it is now down to 2. Oh, solid hit, but then just leaves himself completely wide open. So we are down to 1, and per the rules, he has 1 minute here to get a throw off. Otherwise, it's just going to be over here. So lining it up, it goes for the ref in the back corner. Oh, a nice block to keep himself alive. It is 3-1. Oh, going for the lob shot there, and that is going to be game. First match going to the team on the left. Again, I wish I knew what their name was, but I don't. Oh, I am being told what it is. How amazing is that, folks? It is the Tocos. The Tocos, and it is the MACU Loan Sharks. I finally found it on the page. It is very exciting. I can now actually call them by their actual names. So here we are. So the MACU Loan Sharks on the left, down 1-0 to the Tocos. The Tocos in the hodgepodge uniforms there. Basically, they just came as they were. And we've got MACU, who looks like they've got like team spirit and stuff and have actual shirts, which is cool. So as you can see, they're all lined up again, 1-0. We've got 8 balls at the center. 1-0 lead here for the Tocos in game 1 here of tonight's tournament, and match 2 underway. Once again, the wonderful scrum at the beginning leaves MACU with a couple guys off, leaves Tocos actually completely unscathed. Oh, nope, completely unscathed. Fantastic, as you see the balls flying. Now there's some strategy with how you throw sometimes. Oh, as that was almost dug up. That would have been beautiful. Kicked it up with his foot, almost was able to catch it, but alas, not able to. Ah, and another one goes off his hands, gets it up in the air, and just cannot come down with it. So 4 casualties already for MACU. So down 6-10 at this point. There goes 1 for the Tocos. Gets himself up in front. Oh, what a dodge. I do not know how he was able to evade that one, but nice little nimble work there to get his way out of the way of that particular ball. So a couple different ways you can throw a dodgeball. You can just sling them straight. You can sling them sidearm like you're seeing this guy here up front for Mac Hughes. Got the nice sidearm motion. Gives it a little bit of slide. Oh, fantastic catch, but he jumps over the line, so he ends up being out anyway. But what a spectacular effort. Up in the air, and it will not count because he's already out. But, you know, it's fine. So look at that. Once again, we are down to 2. And those 2 are now dead. So the Tocos with an early 2-0 lead here in this first game of the tournament. Macu not particularly being represented well here by the Loan Sharks. I've been told that the Loan Sharks are the managers over there, so maybe shouldn't trash talk them too much. Want to make sure I can, you know, still get a decent loan from them. So again, 2-0, so they will switch sides once again. The Tocos with a commanding 2-0 lead here in Game 1 of our Turkey Day tournament here at Diamond Fork Junior High School. What a time to be alive here. Oh, my apologies. There is only 2 games. It's best of 3. Okay. All right. So the Tocos take Game 1 of the tournament here. So they will be in a good position here with pool play, getting that first win. Macu Loan Sharks taking their first loss. So not shaping up terribly well there for the Loan Sharks, but a big victory in Game 1 for the Tocos. Coming to the court now is Aspen Heights versus Keller Williams. As to whom is whom, I couldn't fully tell you. I want to say that Aspen Heights is probably the team on the left, and Keller Williams is probably the team on the right. And we're going to roll with that. So while we've got a little bit of dead time here, let's go over some of the rules for tonight that may be a little bit different here for everybody. So again, as we talked about, and I had confusion about, the game consists of a best of 3. So 3 matches, best of. So you win 2, you're good. Everyone obviously knows that they line up at the end court there, run to the ball, all of that stuff. There's 8 balls that are used on this particular court. Any thrown ball that is caught by the opposing team before it hits anything else will cause the thrower to be out. So, I mean, kind of classic dodgeball rule. One of the ones that I find interesting is that once it gets down to 1 player, just absolute massacre of the one guy. I feel so bad for him, and yet somehow he survived. I have no idea how that happened, but it did, and it was great, and you got to see it on live television. Well, not completely live, but you know what I mean. And this is a lot slower pace than the previous game. As the previous game, the Tocos were just amping up the pace and just throwing and throwing and throwing. This one a little bit on the calmer side, as you will. Some nice evasive maneuvers from both teams. Balls hit in midair. That was awesome. Yep. He wasn't sure if it hit him, but it definitely very clearly hit him directly on the shin. But, you know, he's just going to stick around, I guess, which is fine. So, not a lot of casualties thus far in Game 2. Again, it is Aspen Heights versus Keller Williams in this particular game. Everyone regrouping and getting themselves ready. So there's some good throwers here, as you see the guy in the Yankee hoodie over here on the right side has definitely got some good velocity to him. Nice 3/4 delivery. He gets a nice little spin on it too. So you can tell these 2 teams maybe not quite as skilled as the Tocos were. As again, we're not really seeing a lot of outs just yet here in this game. A lot of misfires. As that one went right at one of our referees, he just bats it down and acts like it was nothing. Oh, doing a little dance and surviving. Knocks it away and then spikes it straight into the ground. Oh, a nice little lefty here. I love that. Who doesn't love a good lefty, as there is finally an out made. Again, lots of dancing around. Not really a team that's taken full control of this game. though our team on the left here is now down to 6 players. Make that 5 players, as I just said that, as a brilliant throw hits the hand. So down to 5. Oh, wow, that was coming right for the kisser. Oh, it did actually legitimately hit his kisser right in the face. So he will stay in, as that is one of the rules. She is not out. Oh, pops it up, but unable to grab it. So it is down to 2 here on the left side. Just barely nicks the shoe. So we are down to 1. A little bit of an unfair numbers advantage here, 7-1, I would say. So again, he has 1 minute to at least make some kind of throw here to jumpstart things. So trying to figure out where he's going to go with it, try to find the best angle. Leaves himself open. Oh, he dodges. Oh, and it is off the back heel. And that will be it. And it looks like some just getting in a couple practice shots there, trying to get the money ball. So money ball rules for this one is only when you have 1 player on the court. You can throw up a money ball, and if it goes into the basket, you bring everybody out of prison, as you will. And so definitely want to make sure that your last guy is able to make that shot, keep yourself alive. So end of match 1 there, as we will switch sides. Again, this is Aspen Heights versus Keller Williams. Our team on the left is the team that won. And again, I want to say that that's Keller Williams over there on the left, and it is Aspen Heights now over on the right. So winner of game 1 was Tokos, who beat MacU Loan Sharks. Aspen Heights and Keller Williams currently. Up next is the a couple of great names here. The Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs. So certainly their name game came with them as, oh, that is just a clean sweep there. They didn't even try. The other team did not even try. So all of the balls go to the left side, and, well, there are already 2, we're going to say 1 casualty. Looked like I thought that there was another hit, but I guess I must be mistaken. So, starting off, oh, mercy, that is an absolute throw, as tried to catch it, but off his hands. Always unfortunate. It's already 4 down on the right side. Again, there are just some absolute gunners over here on the left. Goes to picks a ball up and just gets wrecked, and already we are down 2-1 as he somehow is surviving. He probably dodged like 4 different balls with this absolute just matrix move, continuing to, oh wow, that was the money shot was not money in that case, as it absolutely goes flying. And that is the ball game, folks, as your team on the left takes it 2-0 behind some absolutely powerful, strong throws, as they just in this particular match here, match 2, they just wrecked him, starting off with just getting all the balls right from the beginning and just crushing an opponent that just did not seem quite ready to even play at this point, to be frank. So I want to say,
what team are you?
As we are trying to get information, and it is Keller Williams. So Keller Williams with the win. I love it when everything comes together, when a plan comes together. Wait, was that the A team? Oh, that's unfortunate. So Keller Williams with the win, beating Aspen Heights. So they will join the Tokos in the 1-0 club. Aspen Heights will be joining the MacU Loan Sharks in the 0-1 club. So again, coming up here is Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs. So, again, at the very least, they can go home knowing that their team name was at least super awesome. So, again, as I've been saying all night, we are going to be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. So, we've got 17 teams hoping and praying that they can be crowned King of Turkey Day Dodgeball. And some early casualties to start things off. Again, this is the Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs. Hopefully the Dodgesaurs can live up to their name, and they will be dodging things all night long and get themselves into the finals. As for Nicolas Cage, well, yeah, Nicolas Cage Alliance, they are allianced in their Nicolas Cage-itude, which is great for them. And hopefully that is enough for them to secure a win here in round 1 of pool play. Oh, brilliant throw, but dodged just as brilliantly. Again, if the ball hits a ball that you are currently have in your hands, you can knock it down, and it does not count as a hit. So that's why you see a lot of guys just having a ball in hand so that they can knock things down and keep themselves in the ball game. So we've got, looks like 3 down on the right and 2 down on the left. So a fairly even match here thus far. You're going to dance away. All rallying kind of to the back. No one really taking a lot of shots up front, except for we've got the guy that's wearing the Vans shirt. He's been one that's been willing to creep up and make some throws. All right, so advantage to our team here on the left. Oh, after a barrage from the team on the right, a nice job there to pick off a couple guys and get themselves in a better position here. Oh, that one just barely gets them. It is now 5-5, so a nice even match here halfway through, as you will. That one is off the hand. So again, you'll see some of these dodgeballs go straight. Some of them have got some wicked curve on them, and some of them, it almost looks like the ball is still rising. Like it's crazy the different ways that you're able to spin the dodgeball. So now it's 4-4 in match 1 here of our game between Nicolas Cage Alliance and the Dodgesaurs. Now kind of quieting down a little bit. Oh, what a catch. Able to squeeze that one. Gets himself another teammate. He's already out, but it's fine. He definitely went right for it, which was appreciated, I guess. So 3-3, make that 3-2. Oh, make it 2-2. And I don't mean the dance uniform. So 2v2 here in our game between Nicolas Cage Alliance and Dodgesaurs. Oh, a brilliant play. Brilliant play. It is now 2-1. Throwing up those money balls and just not finding the bottom of the net. And he's now just going to go for the attack. Lobs it up. Oh, that was going to be, that one looked pretty close, but then it is caught, and that is going to be ball game for our team on the right. So one of the more evenly played matches of the game, of the evening thus far. Goes all the way down to 2-1. A couple money ball shots were thrown up, a couple prayers, but unfortunately none of them falling as we are now switching sides. Again, this is Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs. 1-0 here. The Tocos with the first win of the tournament. Keller Williams with the second. We'll see who is able to secure the third win of tonight's tournament. Again, 17 teams here tonight, so it is going to be a long one here on Spanish Fork 17 as we get underway here for, oh wow, went way over the line on that one. Was a little too eager to get himself going. So here we are in match 2 of this one. Team on the left winning game 1. So if they are able to take this one, they will get the W here, as this is a best of 3. Off the knee and out. Again, seeing some absolute rockets from a couple of the contestants here. Definitely got their arms all warmed up for this tournament. Have obviously clearly been practicing for months, building up their arm strength so they can pwn some noobs here in this tournament. Oh, wow. Fun little dance move over here on the left, able to evade and keeps himself in the ball game. So again, Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, also both great names, as I've mentioned before, because Nicolas Cage is just great. and I actually mean that unironically. Wow, that was like 2 straight headshots on our backwards cap guy. He just got absolutely wrecked. And that is going to spell his end as he tries to do the splits, and it just barely nicks him. So our team on the right in a commanding lead here in match 2. So hoping to even things up and force a match 3 here in this 3rd game. Here comes the attack. And not one of them hits. Not one of them. Absolute brilliant dodging here by our man in the red cap. Oh, all 3 of these guys definitely seem like grizzled veterans. They know what they're doing, so it looks like this could be a nice long survival. That was an odd one. Throws up the money ball when technically wouldn't be allowed. Oh, there's our first real ball in the stands tonight. That one was an absolute rocket and almost killed someone. By kill, I mean just partially maim. But, you know, it's fine. We like to over-dramatize some things at times. All right, divvying up the balls, trying to figure out where the best point of attack is as they get one out. And they hit him again. Oh, he's going to tip it up, and he's going to bring it down. A nice catch. Nicks the feet, and we are now down to 1 on the left side. We'll see what he elects to do here. He has 1 minute to do something. He's going to grab 2. And he is going to come center court. Throws up the money ball. Just misses. Throws up another money ball. And that is going to be it as he was nicked by that last throw. So that evens everything up here at 1-1. So we're going to a 3rd match here in Game 3. Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs on Spanish Fork 17. Bringing you a whole evening of dodgeball. We have stuff going on here in the West Gym. We've got a whole bunch of other games happening over in the East Gym. And so it is just all sorts of mayhem. And we love it. If it looks like you're watching ESPN 8, the Ocho, it's because you basically are here on Spanish Fork 17, and it's phenomenal. We have extreme dodgeball. Who knows, maybe up next we'll have extreme underwater basket weaving. It could be all sorts of fun. It could be a great night here. So I hope that you're tuning in. I hope that you're getting other people to watch because it's just fun. Who doesn't love a ton of games of dodgeball, just seeing craziness ensue? So keep watching. Again, this is match 3 of Game 3 here tonight. So it's Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs. Both teams with one match win. And looks like we're kind of a little bit calmer than we have been. Again, kind of a little more reminiscent of Game 1 so far, as most of the teams are just lined up at the back and not really pressing any kind of advantage thus far. As that one's going to sail away. Man, I could take a nap right now, and I would not even mind it because it's going to be a long night. Like I said, we might be here till midnight, so any wink of sleep I can get might not be a terrible thing. But now the action's starting to pick up here. So 4 out currently for our team on the left, 4 out for our team on the right. Make that 5. So 6-5 right now. Advantage our team on the left, who is mostly wearing black. Oh, wow. Nice little dance move there to avoid on both the front and the backside. Just taking it all in for 2 seconds. Oh, it's just wonderful. I love a good game of dodgeball, and we're going to get probably about, 50 of them tonight. So I'm very excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun, and I hope that you're enjoying it as much as I am, as there is another man out. So 4 now for our team on the right, 4 for our team on the left. So Game 3 coming down to the wire here. Oh, as 2 on the right go out. A nick there, so 3-2. It is intense, and you feel the crowd kind of ramping up a little bit here, and it is now down to 1. Down to 1. And that one is spiked in the dirt. Well, the dirt, I mean the hardwood, because we're not on a baseball field. But, you know, all the money ball goes up, and it will fall. It will fall down before going in the hoop. Not many successful looks at the money ball shot thus far, and this is unfortunate. And there it is. There it is. Wait a second. We're going to get some. We're going to get some talk, and she is still going to be in. Throws up the money ball. Oh, as it goes wide left, and that will be the ball game. So our team on the left here is the victors. They basically all are in black. Did a fine job. So again, this was Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Dodgesaurs. We will hopefully get an inkling as to what team they were so that we can be able to actually know. But again, both teams in my book are a winner tonight because, well, honestly, they both have awesome names. So even if they lost, they're still in good shape. It is the Nicolas Cage Alliance. I am so happy that is them because I just think that name is absolutely the best. So the Nicolas Cage Alliance winning Game 3 of our tournament over the Dodgesaurs. So they will be looking at a 1-0 record along with the Tocos and Keller Williams. Our losers thus far are the Macu Lone Sharks, Aspen Heights, and the Dodgesaurs. Coming up here in Game 4 is Dodge a Wrench. Aha, another dodgeball reference because you're going to get a lot of those, folks. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball because I don't know why, but that is what they say. So it's Dodge a Wrench versus the Squirtle Squad. Squirtle Squad being the team on your right, Dodge a Wrench being the team on the left. Just so you know, the Squirtle Squad is the reigning champions. They were the winners last year, so some stiff competition here already for Dodge a Wrench, and hopefully they are able to do more than just Dodge a Wrench in this one because they're going to basically get the entire kitchen sink thrown at them because the Squirrel Squad knows what's up, and they do nothing but spray a bunch of water guns at people. I wonder how many of them about the new Pokemon game. With a name like Squirtle Squad, you think that they're massive Pokemon fans. I sure hope that they are enjoying the new Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I hope that you are enjoying this wonderful broadcast on Spanish Fork 17. Again, we'll be bringing you dodgeball all night long here for our Turkey Day tournament as match 1 is underway here, and the Squirtle Squad is going to elect to just let it happen. They let Dodge a Wrench take all of the balls at the starting line. An interesting strategy. We'll see if it ends up working out for them, as none of them got out there at the beginning, so I think it may have worked to their advantage. And it is a barrage of balls, and once again, nothing happens. Oh, some nice velocity, but again, right into the hardwood. And there's the first casualty of the game. Squirtle Squad down 1. And it is now all tied up. So again, Squirtle Squad, wow. That was one of the more unique throws I have seen, as he basically like side arms it, but like with his right arm with a left-handed motion. It was different. It was different, and I liked it. I hope we get to see it again because it threw me off. So means that it's probably tricky enough to at least get a couple folks out. So Squirtle Squad really starting to show their muscles off here as the reigning champion, as they are slowly whittling down Dodge a Wrench. Fortunately for them, they may be better at dodging wrenches, as that one gets him right in the shin. So again, you're not actually tuning into ESPN 8 The Ocho, but it certainly looks like it here on Spanish Fork 17. This is Game 4 of tonight's tournament here. We're just at the West Gym at Diamond Fork Junior High School. We have the Squirtle Squad, your team on the right, up against Dodge a Wrench on the left. Squirtle Squad, the reigning champions of the Turkey Day tournament here in Spanish Fork. And they are looking great here in match 1 of this game, as Dodge a Wrench is now only down to 2 contestants. Throws up a money ball, and it is down as Squirtle Squad scrambles to get as many of the dodgeballs as they can. Posey goes for the knee, and he misses. He's not actually Buster Posey, but the uniform says so. Now, a couple of these guys actually have legit, like, Squirtle Squad-like shirts, which is awesome. Like, that is some dedication. We've seen a few teams that have team spirit that way. So we've got Squirrel Squad, and one of the Mackey Lone Sharks had all team shirts, but otherwise there's been some color coordination. So like there's been some teams only in black and things like that. But Squirrel Squad with some pretty legit shirts as the money ball gets thrown up and it does not land. Another one goes up, and another one bites the dust. As the money ball is one of the more difficult throws, of course. Trying to land it in the basketball hoop is rather difficult, as he is really staying alive here. He has dodged more than a few balls and metaphorically dodged a few more wrenches than usual. The question is, can he sink a money ball and get his team truly back in this particular match? That one was decently close, and also decently close to making the grab. He should have 5 seconds, so I'm wondering if the refs are going to say anything about that. Oh, and that one goes down. A nice job. As one man wrecking machine, as the man next to me said. So I'm liking it, and I'm going to roll with it. It goes for the catch, and it goes through his hands. A nice bit of dexterity there to pull away enough, as that is going to be it. An absolutely valiant effort from the one-man wrecking crew from Dodger Wrench. But it is the Squirtle Squad that comes away victorious here in match 1 of Game 4 of tonight's Turkey Bowl Dodgeball Tournament here on Spanish Fork 17. It's been a fun one so far. Balls flying all over the place. Guys making moves that they probably haven't made since they were teenagers. It's been a fun night. So again, the Squirtle Squad with the win. So they just need one more match here, and they will get themselves a 1-0 record and get themselves moving closer to defending their title. Again, as you see over here, like, they've got some pretty legit shirts. I love that there's some blue, some gray. I love the dude in orange. The orange Squirtle Squad shirt is pretty legit. I mean, they look like a team, and they look like they mean business. Even the guy who's wearing the Buster Posey shirt. And once again, they're just going to let Dodger Wrench grab all of the dodgeballs to start the game off. I find that to be an interesting strategy. As looks like only one of the Squirtle Squad crew members is out thus far. So, again, wow, they have some very interesting angles. So we got the one guy that's got the whole, like, right-handed sidearm, make it look like a left-handed throw thing going on. Another guy who basically has got the submarine pitch going on, so he's bringing it from way down low. So it's, man, you're seeing all sorts of deliveries here tonight on Spanish Fork 17. Oh, tries to, whoa. Just barely gets him on the back. A valiant effort there. So an early lead here for Dodger Wrench here in match 2. Hoping to tie things up and force that game. Ooh, nice catch. A nice catch. Hoping to force a match 3, and that one is that off his head? Nope, he's gonna jog on over, saying that it hit his shoulder. Nice little bit of honesty there. Wow, he ended up dodging 5 different balls. That was fantastic. Oh, he's saying that it didn't happen. Saying that he got grazed by one. So 4 Squirtle Squad members standing. So big early lead here for Dodger Wrench. Hoping again to force that match 3 here. This is our 4th game thus far tonight in the West Gym. Toko's winners, Keller Williams winners, Nicolas Cage Alliance winners in so many ways. And then we've got Dodger Wrench and Squirtle Squad going at it. And it is, as I said, a fairly big lead here thus far for Dodger Wrench. That went way in the air and lands down. So nice little comeback here for the Squirtle Squad. That one off the arm, so another man down. So down to 4 here is Squirtle Squad. Up against 6 here for Dodger Wrench. Certainly living up to the name. They have had some very impressive dodges. It is a still fairly close matchup here. So 2 for Squirtle Squad up against 6. So not as close as it once was. Oh, my apologies. That's 3. What a catch by our man in the purple hoodie. Oh, nope. It is not a catch. He's going to, nope. That's unfortunate. I thought that he was good, and I guess he is not. So 5-2 Dodger Wrench. Squirtle Squad with the attack. They get 1 on it, so 4-2 now. Dodger Wrench in control here. They're going to unload all 4 of them, and all 4 of them miss. Oh, slips through his hands. Would have been a big one, as that would have put Squirtle Squad down to 1. Instead, we're looking at 3-2. So it's coming down to the wire here in match 2 of this game. Again, you're seeing a lot of sidearm throws, able to generate enough power, and it also gives it a little bit of an extra slide, a little bit of extra movement to it. What a catch there from Dodger Wrench. Why dodge a wrench when you can catch a wrench and get your boys in the game? So 1-man wrecking crew now for the Squirtle Squad instead. So 3-1 Squirtle Squad hoping to find a way to win here and seal off game 4, get themselves the W. Dodger Wrench, on the other hand, hoping to take this one and force a match 3. Squirtle Squad really probably needing to look for an opportunity to pick one of these guys off and look for an opportunity as well to throw down a money ball, and he will not be able to do it as Dodger Wrench comes through in the clutch, comes back and is able to take this one. So we have the all-important match 3 here in game 4 tonight of our Dodgeball tournament here at Diamond Fork Junior High School. Again, you're watching Spanish Fork 17. I'm Andrew LaRose, your charming host for the evening. And we have all sorts of dodgeball happening tonight. If you are so inclined, we will be here till midnight. And I actually mean that honestly. I think we might be here till midnight. So watch as much dodgeball as you like. You will get as much of it as you can stand. And I hope you can stand a lot, because there's going to be a lot of dodgeball. So again, our team on the left, Dodger Wrench, coming away victorious in match 2 to force this match 3 up against the Squirtle Squad, last year's reigning champions, who took match 1 but then fell short in match 2. We'll see what we have in store here for match 3, as both teams I've been very impressed with. There is a good amount of skill on both of them. And there's the whistle. And Squirtle Squad this time, actually, a couple of them went for it, which did not work out well for Buster Posey. Again, he's not actually Buster Posey, but he's wearing a Buster Posey jersey, so that's just what he's going to be. He's Buster, so it's all right. Why he isn't like War Turtle, we don't know, but, you know, it's fine. Yeah, it would have made sense being on the Squirtle Squad. But here we are again, Dodger Wrench versus the Squirtle Squad, game 4 of tonight's Dodgeball tournament. This one is all knotted up at 1-1. Winner of this match will take the early victory here in pool play. Jumping, dodging, doing all sorts of acrobatic things. Oh. And, you know, you look at some of these guys and you think, oh, these guys are athletes. And then you look at some of these guys and you're like, you're maybe not quite as much of athletes. And then you see those guys doing these, like, crazy jump splits and, like, bending, contorting their body to avoid getting hit. And it's like, oh, well, you are an athlete as well. So it's been fun. It's been fun to see some of these people that you're like, oh, why are they playing? And they are completely crushing it out there. So, again, Dodger Wrench versus the Squirtle Squad. Dodger Wrench with the early lead here. Only 2 guys out for them, make that 3. So a 1-man advantage. Back to a 2-man advantage. So 5 left for the Squirtle Squad and 6 left for Dodger Wrench. You're watching ESPN 8 The Ocho Extreme Dodgeball. I'm just kidding. You're actually watching Spanish Fork 17. But again, I warned you that there was going to be a lot of Ocho references. So here we are as the balls are flying. Some absolute velocity from a couple of these Squirtle Squad boys. Like, they ought to go play baseball or something for Spanish Fork or Maple Mountain. It's quite possible that some of them do. So definitely showing off those throwing arms. So it is now 5-5. All evened up. Goes for the cross court, and he's down. Is his name Chicken Wings? I love that. His name is Chicken Wings. I could go for some chicken wings right now, especially since I'm going to be here till midnight. If somebody could hook me up with those and maybe like a 32-ounce Mountain Dew, I would love that. And I would love that person for forever. So 5-4, Dodger Wrench with the one-man advantage over the Squirtle Squad. Again, the Squirtle Squad, the reigning champions. So it is, they are staring down an early pool play loss here, potentially, up against Dodger Wrench, which would put a real wrench in their plans of defending their title. I'm sorry for the puns, but I'm also not sorry, and you're going to probably hear a few of them. That is just quite the throw. So it's Cabe the Babe is his name, the orange shirt guy. We have Chicken Wings as one of the other guys that's out. Like there's some fun names going on for the Squirtle Squad. So 4-3 here, Dodger Wrench versus Squirtle Squad. Again, Dodger Wrench, your team on the left with some big throws, some dodging, able to survive. Nice job with the ball placement there to knock that one down. It is now 4-4. 4-4 here, and they are going to walk it up just like firing squad style. They all go for the guy in the middle and miss. Nice little bait trick there as he's able to get the throw and the miss. So once again, with most of the balls is Squirtle Squad doing a good job of controlling the game right now, as all of their misses are ricocheting off that back wall and just kind of coming back to them. So working out pretty well. But Dodger Wrench is doing a good job of living up to their name, and they are dodging pretty much everything that the Squirtle Squad is throwing at them currently. So kind of a strength on strength here, as the guys on Dodger Wrench are very nimble, but the guys for the Squirtle Squad are throwing it so hard that the balls are just ricocheting back over to them. And that is going to be an out there. So two left here for the Squirtle Squad, as they are in danger here of the, I guess you'd call it an upset by Dodger Wrench, seeing as that Squirtle Squad is the reigning champions. Wow. If he had been able to dodge that, that would have been sick. But it does hit him. So we are down 2-1 for the Squirtle Squad. Sets up. Faked him out. They thought he was going for the money shot. Instead, he goes right for the heart. This time does go for the money ball. It falls down. He runs back. Tries to get himself a place where he can be able to dodge. He does so. And then comes charging back. Sidearm is caught. And that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a play to end on. A beautiful catch there from Dodger Wrench. And they take down the defending champs, the Squirtle Squad, early in pool play. So big victory for Dodger Wrench. And Squirtle Squad will be coming from an 0-1 hole as they try to defend their championship. So definitely one of the more exciting matches thus far, as Dodger Wrench comes away with the win, Squirtle Squad with the early loss. And we are heading on over to now Game 5 of our pool play here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, this is the Turkey Day Dodgeball Tournament here at Diamond Fork Junior High School. And we are going to get the Sitting Ducks versus the Tocos. The Tocos with the 1-0 thus far. They were able to win our first game that we've had here on Spanish Fork 17. The Sitting Ducks, I actually have a friend on the Sitting Ducks. His name is Colin. Guy in the gray shirt and green lettering. Didn't know he was going to be here. So super exciting. We'll see what happens here. The Tocos definitely proved themselves as a worthy team that could potentially go deep in this tournament, as it's the early advantage here for the Tocos against the Sitting Ducks. I gotta say though, the Sitting Ducks is kind of an unfortunate name for a dodgeball team, because you definitely don't want to be a sitting duck. If you were to sit and not duck, you'd get hit by all sorts of things, particularly dodgeballs, and be out of the game. So hopefully they don't quite live up to their name as the boys from Dodger Wrench were. So early hole here for the Sitting Ducks, but a nice grab there from the Tocos. So it is not looking great for the Sitting Ducks. They actually kind of feel like Sitting Ducks out there as they now all retreat to the back line. And a wicked throw there though from number 4. The only guy there with the jersey there for the Sitting Ducks. Got a nice side arm. Has some good spin action to his throw. A little bit of curve to it. But, man, an absolutely big hole here for the Sitting Ducks, as it's still 9 guys over there for the Tocos, as they are proving themselves, as I said, worthy of being a team that could potentially go deep here in this tournament. So it is 4-9 right now. Oh, a nice catch, and he is going to be out. Able to corral that one right by his neck. Man, it is the full complement of boys on the Tocos side. 10 versus 3 right now. Big hole here for the Sitting Ducks. Got one. So not bad. Not bad. Slowly chipping away. But again, a lot of these balls are kind of sitting over on the Tocos side. Goes for the hands, goes for the catch, but then pulls away. Bats that one up in the air, hoping that someone can bring it down. Does not. 2 balls here up front for the Sitting Ducks, and that one is going to be off of his arm. And we are down to 1. It is literally 9v1 right now. The Sitting Ducks, literally, he is a sitting duck at this point. He is sitting, and he's a duck. Also, it's fun that the balls are also yellow, so it just kind of adds to the duck metaphor, as you will. But, yeah, 9-1, so definitely a big hole here for the Sitting Ducks. He's going to throw up the money ball, and it is off the backboard and just misses. That's the best money ball we've seen all night. That one just barely misses. Winds up the pitch, misses both times, and off the hands, and that is going to be it. The Tocos absolutely dominated there in match 1. So looking pretty good here for the Tocos. Again, they are our first winners of the night, and now they've got an early 1-0 advantage here against the Sitting Ducks. So we're chilling here in the West Gym. We've got another crew that's chilling over in the East Gym, getting all of those games. So it's a fantastic night of dodgeball here on Spanish Fork 17. And I hope that you are enjoying your Thanksgiving week. Hope that you've got your turkeys all ready to go. You know what you're going to season them up with, and got your stuffing and everything all ready to go. And you will be able to actually watch this while you're eating that Thanksgiving turkey on our YouTube channel, Spanish Fork 17. So definitely be excited for all of that, as well as game 2 is now underway. And once again, the Tocos with some early damage. And we are all evened up here at 8-8 to start things off, just barely off the hands, so he will make his way out. And the Tocos 1-0 so far in the tourney, and currently 1-0 here in this particular game. The Sitting Ducks doing all they can to stay alive and not get completely roasted by the Tocos. Better to be sitting ducks than roasted ducks. So at least the Sitting Duck still is alive. As they are slowly losing their numbers, it is down to 4 Sitting Ducks up against 8 guys currently for the Tocos. Oh, that one off his buttocks, and he will trot his way on over to being out. Nice throw there from the Sitting Ducks. So 4 Sitting Ducks up against 7 guys for the Tocos. Sitting Ducks needing a match win here to keep this game going. Oh, and one of them lost his shoe. That is not his shoe, it's his hat. Sometimes seeing what things actually are can be difficult. Don't blame me, blame my eyes. As the balls slowly roll over to the Tocos, there's 3 balls just kind of sitting mid-ish court for the Sitting Ducks, and they're not quite ready to make their move for it. Now there is one that will go, and lots of misses there, but a nice offensive there for the Sitting Ducks. At least getting themselves in a good place, and that is right off of him. Unfortunate. So it is now three sitting Ducks left, hoping to make their run at glory. It is now 2, and one of them is my buddy Colin. That's awesome, doing his best to keep his team alive. But again, the Tocos really have been commanding this entire game. Just a great, I don't know what the word is here, but a correlated, which is not the word I wanted to use. But, you know, a nice effort of coordinating as, wow, that was a nice sequence there for the sitting Ducks, able to nail a couple of guys. Oh, and off the ab, and that will be it. A clean sweep for the Tocos over the sitting Ducks. The sitting Ducks fought valiantly and were really close to nailing a money ball. That's the best money ball I've seen all night, but unfortunately for the sitting Ducks, they will take their first L. And the Tocos will take their second win of pool play here. So an early 2-0 advantage for Tocos. And they are definitely looking like a contender thus far here in the tournament. Again, to recap here, Tocos take game 1 over the Macu Loan Sharks. Aspen Heights losing to Keller Williams. Nicolas Cage Alliance with the win over the Dodgesaurs. Dodger Wrench with the win over the reigning champion Squirtle Squad. And Tocos with their second victory of the night over the sitting Ducks. And up next here in the West Gym, we have another MacU team, the MacU Rate Slashers, up against Nicolas Cage Alliance. So again, the boys are back for a second match here. So Nicolas Cage Alliance already with a win, hoping to match Tocos with their second win of the tournament. And the MacU Rate Slashers hoping to bring some honor and glory to the name of MacU, as the MacU Loan Sharks took the first loss of the tournament up against the Tocos. So MacU Rate Slashers up against Nicolas Cage Alliance coming up here on Spanish Fork 17 as we're getting everything all ready to go. Again, all 8 balls are at the center court. Teams are at the back line ready to go, just waiting for the whistle. Nicolas Cage on the left and MacU over on the right, as it is a run to center court. Not really a lot of people actually went for it there to start things off. Bit of gamesmanship here at the beginning. Again, not a lot of people really went running for the dodgeballs, and everything kind of got fairly evenly spread out in terms of balls. Looks like Nicolas Cage Alliance has most of them as they go on the offensive first. Now it is MacU's turn to try to slash down Nicolas Cage Alliance. Again, this is not the Loan Sharks. This is the Rate Slashers. There are 3 teams here tonight that are from Mountain America Credit Union. I jokingly said that they're kind of sponsoring the event because there's just so many of them here. But this is the Rate Slashers, and they are up against Nicolas Cage Alliance here in Game 5 of our pool play here. Once again, most of the balls over there with Nicolas Cage Alliance. And they will go for a full-on assault of this guy over here on the right. They will miss. And now most of the balls are over here with the Rate Slashers. And they are hoping to kind of coordinate things, as this one's kind of been another one of those games where it's like all the balls end up on one side. They all charge forward and throw at everyone that's lined up at the back line. It's just kind of this weird exchange of people standing at the back getting thrown at, and then they get all the balls, charge forward, and throw at the other team, who now is then lining up all the way at the back. So it's not quite as much movement, I guess, as some of the other games have been. But you know, you can't be aesthetically pleasing every single time, as that one goes off the hands. So an early lead here for Nicolas Cage Alliance. They are looking in pretty good shape here to take match 1 of this one and give themselves a 2-0 record here in pool play. Nice catch there. And we are down to 2 rate slashers. They charge up, and that is a nice catch. Good soft hands. And we are down to 1 on the MacU rate slashers. Doing nice little bit of dodging. Didn't even see the other guy, it felt like. That was charging. Whoa! Beautiful matrix move, and that is getting the crowd all sorts of pumped up. Who doesn't love that? The money ball off the backboard. Oh, another one that was so close. So close. Definitely some nice form. And that one's going to sail over the backboard. Nice bit of dodging. Sails off. Jumps back, gets another ball, lofts it up. Oh, off the rim. Oh, man, he is just so close on these money balls. And I like it because he charges up as if he's going to throw it at someone, and then just this nice touch, like almost like a touch pass in football, just kind of hucks it up and gives it that nice little shooter's touch. But unfortunately, none of them fall. He does eventually get nailed, and that is going to be the ball game there for the first match between the MacU Rate Slashers and Nicolas Cage Alliance. The boys from Gone in 60 Seconds take the first match there of the best in 3 game. So if they can take this one, they will not only secure a victory, but they will secure their second victory of pool play and will be tied up with Tokos for the best record thus far in the tournament. Again, this is the Turkey Day tournament down here at Diamond Fork Junior High School. We've got a pretty good crowd here, too. I love that there's lots of people here cheering on their teams, cheering on friends, family, and it's just an enjoyable community event here tonight on Spanish Fork 17. So a couple of early casualties right at the get-go. 1 for each team. And once again, we are back to the firing squad style of doing things, as Nicolas Cage Alliance does not want to charge up and get any of the balls. MacU content to wait it out and try and find their spot to go on the offensive. Now mostly all of the balls over there with Nicolas Cage Alliance. They will make their attack. None of it's being successful, so a quiet first exchange here thus far in match 2 of this game. Oh, goes for the catch, and it slips through his hands. That will be a casualty for Nicolas Cage Alliance. Again, it is the Mountain America Credit Union Rate Slashers over here on our left, and that was a bit of fancy dodging over there. Again, he was the man that had the Matrix moment that got the crowd going, so I shouldn't be that shocked that he's the one that pulled yet another dodging expertise move off, as there's a little bit of discussion as to who's out and what's going on. And instead he gets barraged. He was already out, and they're just wailing on him, which is just mean and kind of insulting for him. So the early lead here for Nicolas Cage Alliance. Our team on the right, our team on the left. MacU Rate Slashers. This is the second team from Mountain America Credit Union that we've seen tonight. There is a third team, the MacU Debt Crushers. They are playing most of their games over on the East Gym, so we may eventually see them tonight. It looks like actually we'll see them kind of near the end of this particular pool play, but it just kills me that there's 3 teams from Mountain America Credit Union tonight. That's just awesome. I love that they're willing to participate in the community. But they are definitely down in this particular match, already down 1-0. And in match 2, things are maybe starting to heat up here a little bit, as it's actually only 5-4. So still a one-man advantage here for Nicolas Cage Alliance, but it's a ball game, folks. Match 2's looking pretty solid. As the balls go flying a little errantly, again. We are going to be here. Oh, he just got wrecked by like 2 different balls. And not just like, those weren't just like gentle throws. Those were like, those could leave welts if these dodgeballs weren't just little powder puffs. So it's 3-3 here, 2-3 in match 2. The advantage now to, oh no, it is 3-3 as he was hiding from me. So 3-3 here in match 2. The Macu Rate Slashers and Nicolas Cage Alliance. The balls are flying. Could have made the catch, didn't go for it. So 2-3. Macu with 2 left. Nicolas Cage Alliance with most of the balls on their side. Here come 2 throws. Just doing a good job of staying alive as that is. And there's going to be some discussion as to what happened. He's going to say that he is in, saying that it was off the ball first. The crowd wasn't necessarily liking that call, but he's going to stay in. So 3-2. 3-2 once again. Oh, a nice catch, and we are down to 1. And that is going to be the ball game, actually. So a clean sweep here once again for Nicolas Cage Alliance. They take the win over the Macu Rate Slashers. The Rate Slashers getting slashed in this one. Nicolas Cage Alliance now with a 2-0 record here in pool play. They are now all tied up with Tokos, who won Game 1 and Game 5. Nicolas Cage Alliance with wins in Game 3 and Game 6. Other winners thus far are Keller Williams and Dodge Wrench. Coming to the court now is Epstein Didn't Kill Himself and the Squirtle Squad making another appearance, their second of the game. So we're getting a good look here at Epstein Didn't Kill Himself, which I feel bad just saying this name on the air. There's a lot of politicalness and other things that go along with it. But, you know, it's still a name, and it's still great. Now we're getting another look over here at the Squirtle Squad. Again, these are the reigning champs from last year, but they fell to Dodger Wrench in Game 4, and so hoping to avenge that loss and get themselves in a better place in terms of being able to defend their record. And this time, the Squirrel Squad's actually going to charge a little bit more than they usually do. And that's an early out. As that one actually worked to Squirtle Squad's advantage as they got most of the balls to start the game off, and they get the early lead thus far in this one. So again, Squirtle Squad over here on the right lost their first match, really hoping to get a win here so that they can keep themselves in a good place for defending their title from last year. On the left, Epstein Didn't Kill Himself. And it's just a nice little hodgepodge of things here. We've got a guy with a Pizza Hut shirt. We've got a guy with a UVU shirt. We've got a guy over here that's got like a helm thing going on. That's kind of cool. Reminds me of The Mandalorian, but it's not The Mandalorian, which, by the way, you should go see. It's pretty great thus far. But yeah, just all an eclectic kind of hodgepodge of shirts and colors, whereas the Squirtle Squad's got, you know, guys that have like legit like shirts and things, and so, you know, we'll see if maybe they look better than their appearances, which thus far they've done a pretty good job, I'd have to say, as they've got the lead here in match 1. On the left, Epstein Didn't Kill Himself versus the Squirtle Squad on the right. And I also really like watching the Squirtle Squad play, because they've got a couple guys that just, they've got an interesting way of throwing it, as that one goes straight into the hardwood and then he gets absolutely wrecked right in the chest. So that's unfortunate. A bad break there for the Squirrel Squad, but wow, what a catch. What a catch there right near the center line. And that's going to be able to get the, did he get that? Pizza Hut with the delivery. My goodness, what a catch there. Goes down and gets it while he's got another ball in his hand. I loved that. So this one's been a fun match here, match 1. So we've got 4 over here for Epstein didn't kill himself, and we've got 6 left for the Squirtle squad. So a 2-man advantage here for the reigning champs. Charges up, misses, basically throws a hyper beam at him, and now he's going to sit back and recharge for a little bit. Couple throws to the back corner as everything seems to be coming up just a bit low on that side. Oh, takes one right off the shoulder, and he will be out. So 4v3, 1-man advantage for Squirtle squad. Nice job of knocking that one away. Big throw, goes right in front of his feet. And looks like Squirtle squad setting up for the attack. Oh, Pizza Hut once again with the grab. Mercy, he's got great hands and has kept them in the game. Another grab before he goes out. That is 3 catches that I've seen, and all of them were spectacular. So a nice job of keeping his team in the game there. Again, I don't love saying their team name. I probably won't mention it a ton, but they are playing the Squirtle squad, and now it is 2-on-2. 2 guys with 2 balls, 1 with 1. Squirtle squad trying to decide when he wants to attack. Sails down the middle. Blocked. Duck. Duck. Goose. There are no goose, actually, or ducks, actually, in this one. The singing ducks aren't here. We're down to 1, ladies and gentlemen. It is Squirtle squad 1v2 up against Epstein didn't kill himself. Squirtle squad trying to figure out what he wants to do. Ball gets knocked down. Oh, nice ball skills there from Squirtle squad. Are we down to 1? Is it 1 versus 1? We have our first sudden death of the tournament. So in sudden death here, ladies and gentlemen, they can move around the court as they please. There's no staying on their own side. They literally can just run around and try to figure it out, and the first person that gets out is done. So it is literally sudden death here in match 1 of Epstein didn't kill himself versus the Squirtle squad. This is fun, and you hear the crowd starting to get into it. You hear the pounding, the roaring. It's just fun. So here it comes. Here it comes, sudden death. Squirtle squad sneaking across the court, and that is going to be it. My goodness, just goes on the offensive. Couple pump fakes and gets him right in the shoulder. So a big match win there for Squirtle squad, as we're going to see them switch sides. Yeah, I definitely saw the skill there in that particular match for the Squirtle squad. Again, these guys are the reigning champs from last year, so you're seeing the skill, you're seeing the ability, you're seeing kind of a winner's mentality as well. Because I mean, they lost their first game. Like, I mean, you go from reigning champs to losing your first game in pool play against Dodger Wrench. Now, don't get me wrong, Dodger Wrench looked awesome. Those guys are probably going to go places in this tournament. But still, as the reigning champs, you want to get game 1 in your pocket, and they did not. So getting this first match here in their second game is big, as it sets them up to get themselves back to 500. Wow, this time it's going to be both teams that actually really go for the gold there. Everyone dashing at the beginning. Oh, a cheap throw right there at the beginning. Already out and just keeps getting wrecked. So early advantage here for Epstein didn't kill himself over the Squirtle squad. Match 2 here in game 7 thus far of the west side, the good side, the West Gym over here at Diamond Fork Junior High. Squirtle squad lost their first game, hoping to avenge themselves, has the early 1-0 match lead, but do not have an advantage thus far in this one, as the other team, Epstein didn't kill himself, with the 1-man advantage here in match 2. I always love seeing lefties. As you see this guy here in center court, he is one of the few that I've seen thus far today. So always appreciate the lefties, always appreciate them. So kind of slowing down a little bit here in match 2, not quite as much energy as there was in match 1. Kind of slowing things down, getting to the more, looks like they're almost playing zone over here on the left with Squirtle squad. You got a couple guys in the back, a couple guys in the middle, guy up front. Like, it's kind of interesting. I like the scattered approach instead of just having everyone stand basically in a line in the back, which we've seen a lot of teams do. Oh, trying to get a nice catch there. Doesn't do so, but does a good job of pulling away and letting it hit the floor. Nice little dance move as there's a quick offensive there from Epstein. Didn't kill himself. Now Squirtle Squad on the attack. They're going to throw the ball back, get themselves as many balls as possible. Squirtle Squad with 7 of the balls in their possession. So big offensive, big opportunity here to score a couple of kills. They get one, and he's going to jump all the way over the center line, just not even close. So now a big lead here for the Squirtle Squad. Epstein didn't kill himself, down to 3 guys up against the 6, now 5 left for the Squirtle Squad. It is now down to 4 for the Squirtle Squad, so 4v2 at this point here in match 2. Big throw, but miss. Lots of misses. Doing a good job of just seeing where the ball is going to go and just using those shoulders to dance away. So 3v2 at this point. Squirtle Squad on the attack. Go for the corner, and once again, all miss. But as was done in some of their previous matches, they throw it so stinking hard that it ends up going off the back wall and bounces right back to them. So right back on the offensive is the Squirtle Squad. They've got 4, and they all go sailing to the back corner, as now it looks like there's an opportunity here for our one man left. For Epstein didn't kill himself. Most of the balls are over on his side of the court, so he kind of can control things if he's smart. Able to get a nice dodge and just lets that one over there go. Throws a kind of a prayer over there at Cabe the Babe, who's the guy in orange. Does a good job of dodging there. Got to think that he's looking for an opportunity to potentially throw in a money ball. A little bit of time for him to go on the offensive, and it is caught, and that is going to be the ball game. Clean sweep here for the Squirtle Squad, getting a much needed win to bring them back to 500 here in pool play. So big win for the Squirtle Squad in defending their reigning title here today, and a heartbreaking loss for Epstein didn't kill himself, as they played a competitive one against the Squirtle Squad, but they will come away with the L in this one. So 1-1 for the Squirtle Squad as we get ready for game 8 here on Spanish Fork 17. That's the Ball Busters, which is, I mean, you're playing dodgeball. Ball Busters is just classic. They'd be hoping to bust some things up against the Dodgesaurs. The Dodgesaurs were in game 3 tonight. They lost to Nicolas Cage Alliance, so hoping to roar back in the standings is the Dodgesaurs. Again, up against the Ball Busters. Again, 2 teams that kind of a little bit of an eclectic set of outfits. We got a kid in star-spangled shorts. That's pretty fun. I like it. So here we go, as it is a big dash to the front and an early casualty there. As you heard in the crowd, somebody said that was mean, and that was correct. It was quite mean. Literally, that entire team basically just completely owned the one kid. So 1-2 down for our team on the left, 1 for the team on the right, so early one-man advantage. Oh, another lefty. I love it so much. You just don't see them enough. Oh, off the hands. Oh, wow, that's a tip drill right there as it goes off hands, and he's able to secure it. Nice job there. Classic football drill. And this is why you cross-train, folks. Oh, nice advantage here for our team on the right, which is the Dodgesaurs. Things quieting down here as the Ball Busters have most of the balls and just trying to coordinate where they want to attack, how they want to attack, as that one falls to the hardwood harmlessly. Oh, nice catch. Nice catch there. Brings another man in for the Ball Busters. But the Dodgesaurs still with the advantage here, still have the numbers over the Ball Busters. As that one weirdly was kind of going towards the hoop and then just went down. Another one that just kind of sails. They're just sailing right out there for some reason, and I don't get why they don't try to get the ball down and, you know, go for their guys. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe they'll get it figured out. Bring the ball down. We've now got 5 on 5, so evenly matched here as that one goes off hands, and he will be out. So the Dodgesaurs come back with another one. Oh, another catch there for the Ball Busters, and it is now down to 1 only, and that is going to be it. The Dodgesaurs unable to dodge their way to a match point there, and that is going to be a victory in match 1 for the Ball Busters, as we will see our teams switch sides. The Dodgesaurs already lost today. They lost to Nicolas Cage Alliance, so currently 0-1 here in pool play. Again, we're in the West Gym. We have a whole bunch of other games happening over in the East Gym, and it is a full night of dodgeball here on Spanish Fork 17. I was at the pre-game meeting, and they were saying that we could be here till midnight. So we are very excited to give you as much coverage as we can and to get you all sorts of psyched up this Thanksgiving week and let you watch some exciting dodgeball here on Spanish Fork 17. As it's an early barrage from Dodgesaurs. Unsuccessful, though, and now it is a barrage for the Ball Busters. Looks like they were able to get one, so the early advantage here is to the Dodgesaurs. It is currently 8-6. As those will cream off the back wall, unable to chase them down before they make it back to the other side, but does a good job of keeping himself alive. That's always the hard part, is when you want to charge forward and be able to get yourself a better look in terms of your throws, but then you leave yourself wide open for just a barrage of balls. And that's usually what happens. Is, oh, nice little matrix move, and gets the throw. Very impressive. Gets the dodge and then throws an absolute strike. Gets the out. So nice job there by the Dodgesaurs. And once again, another tip drill. Nice job there for the Ball Busters. So 5 men left for the Ball Busters. Up against, I've got 6 for the Dodgesaurs. So just a one-man advantage right now for the Dodgesaurs. Again, you are watching Spanish Fork 17. This is our Turkey Day Dodgeball Tournament. It's a classic, something that happens every year. Get a whole bunch of people from the community together, throw some balls around, have some fun, hopefully don't kill anyone, and it's a great time. Hope that you are enjoying your Thanksgiving week, getting yourselves all ready for a big old feast. And as you see, we're kind of having a lull here in gameplay, as basically every single ball is over on the side for the Ball Busters. They go on a big offensive. Nothing doing with it, though. And now things have evened out maybe a little bit more. A couple balls now on the side for the Dodgesaurs. And it has really quieted down. We're back to what I call the firing squad formation, where all of them are basically on the back line, just waiting for an opportunity to coordinate everything and make a big attack. Big lefty throw. Man, that had some heat to it and some curve to it. Sign that man up for some rec league softball. That would be awesome. Those go to the back wall and all miss. Oh, dangerous, and he is gonna somehow, yeah, he's gonna say that he is still in. So here we are again. It is 5 versus 5. Ball Busters up against the Dodgesaurs. Match 2 of this one. Ball Busters with the first win. If they can win this one, they will get the game and put the Dodgesaurs in an early 0-2 hole for pool play as they have already lost here to Nicolas Cage Alliance. Oh, classic standoff. 4 balls on each side. Who is going to be the one that finally throws? And it is the Dodgesaurs. And now it's mayhem. Balls are flying all over the place. And big attack here for the Dodgesaurs. And none of it successful, as one of them, in fact, was caught. So now 6 guys on the court for the Ball Busters to 4 for the Dodgesaurs. So now a 2-man advantage for the Ball Busters, who already have the early 1-0 lead here in this game. Oh, off hands and down. Unfortunate break there for the Dodgesaurs. So 5-3 here. Winding down in match 2. Does a nice job of using the ball to keep himself alive. Firing squad formation once again. Here comes the offensive. Oh, thought he had the easy catch. Goes off his hands, and nice play there for the Dodgesaurs. Big offensive. That will miss. And off hands. Arguing that it hit his face, and he is going to slowly walk his way over. It did hit his, well, even if it didn't, now he got one straight to the back. So little bit of conversation there as to whether it hit his hand or his face first. Going for the deep touch money ball, and it is caught, and that is going to be the ball game here, folks. So a 2-0 sweep by the Ball Busters over the Dodgesaurs, who are now our first 0-2 team here in pool play. Losing this one and losing their previous one against the Nicolas Cage Alliance. Unfortunate break there for the Dodgesaurs, but a good win for the Ball Busters, getting their first victory over here on at the West Gym. We'll see if they were able to secure their first victory. It looks like they played the Swolgers over on the East Gym, which, wow, that's quite the name. I hope they're all like former Army or like Marines or stuff like that, because that would be awesome to see. Just a bunch of big old military folks chucking dodgeballs. I would not want to be on the receiving end of that. That is for dang sure. So, recap of what's happened thus far on this lovely night here on Spanish Fork 17. Game 1, the Tocos took down the MACU Loan Sharks. Game 2, Keller Williams took down Aspen Heights. Game 3, Nicolas Cage Alliance beat the Dodgesaurs. Game 4, Dodger Wrench took down the Squirtle Squad. The MACU Rate Slashers lost to Nicolas Cage Alliance in Game 5. Epstein Didn't Kill Himself lost to the Squirtle Squad in Game 6. And the Ball Busters just beat the Dodgesaurs in Game 7. So we have Game 8 here for you, which is Dodger Wrench up against Stewart's Service. Stewart's Service, our team over here on the right, wearing the white, all coordinated and stuff. We love that and appreciate that. Over on the left is Dodger Wrench, who was able to score a big victory already tonight. They took down Squirtle Squad, the defending champs, in their first game tonight. So a big win already, 1-0 thus far. Hoping to get their second win here tonight, right now, up against Stewart's Service. As everyone is getting settled in here for yet another big game here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, this is the Turkey Day tournament down here at Diamond Fork Junior High School, a big tradition here in Spanish Fork. As we're just getting you all set up here for this one. Getting all 8 balls lined up on the center line. And here it comes as they come charging down the center line on ESPN 8, the Ocho Extreme Dodgeball. As there is just a haze and craze of things happening right there at the beginning. No one quite knowing what just happened, but it looks like we've got 2 out on each side. That feels about right. So 6v6. My apologies, 8v8 at this point. Oh, tries to get it off the wall. Unable to secure it, so another out there for Stewart's service. So again, they've got the nice white shirts over here on the right. Very coordinated, very nice. Just as coordinated as that attack was from Dodger Wrench. And looks like the volley did not render any outs there. Stewart's service with the counter attack. That will also miss. And once again, we are in firing squad formation. Most everyone just hanging back for the most part, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Nice catch over there from Dodger Wrench. He didn't need to dodge the wrench. He instead caught the wrench and brought in another teammate. So now a big advantage here in match one for Dodger Wrench. Only 4 left standing here for Stewart's service. Again, I've been super impressed with Dodger Wrench thus far. They have a bunch of guys that really know what they're doing, really know how to dodge the ball, throw the ball, all of the things that you need to do for a dodgeball game. So when you have that, you're probably going to win a few, and I imagine that they will continue to win a few as this tournament rolls along. So 8 guys currently on the court for Dodger Wrench, 4 on the court currently for Stewart's service here in match one. Dodger Wrench really does a good job of, a lot of them will keep a ball in hand so that they can knock things down, keep themselves on the court. Ooh, two big outs there for Stewart's service. They are now down to 3 at this point, but did slowly whittle down the things over here for Dodger Wrench. Dodger Wrench with 5, Stewart's service with 3 here in match one of this one, as you see some pointing, trying to figure out who's out. And it is now 4v3, so just a one-man advantage right now for Dodger Wrench. Though they currently have the ball advantage at this point. That is going to be off. That is going to be off as well. And we are down to 1 man. Throws it up, off the wall. Thankfully for him, he does have most of the balls at this point. But it is 1v4, so not a great place for Stewart's service to be in. He instead goes for the out, and he gets it. A nice throw there. So now we're looking at 3v1 at this point for Stewart's service. Nice job to avoid. And again, he is lucky because he has basically most of the balls over on his side at this point. Goes for the, almost like going for a ground ball. And that is going to be it. That one just hits him before it would have hit the ground. And so a big victory in match one for Dodger Wrench over Stewart's service. We'll see the teams switch sides. We'll see if that switches the luck for Stewart's service. Again, it's been a fun night here at Diamond Ford Junior High School, just watching a whole bunch of dodgeball tonight. We potentially could be here till midnight. It's going to be a long one, folks, and so I hope that you are buckled down, comfortable, got a blanket, and look at that. I am actually being given pizza right now. I could not be happier because, and water, which I desperately need because you can obviously tell that I'm going to need it. It is going to be a long night, and my voice will potentially get hoarse, and, it's just nice to get things lubricated. So appreciate my director, Pete, coming by and giving that to me. We always appreciate Pete Hansen and everything he does for the community here in Spanish Fork. He's just the best. I hope that everybody realizes just how awesome Pete is. And it's not just because he gives me pizza. It's because he's just great. So we are on to match 2 here. So the big rush at the center really does not amount to too much, as it looks like there's going to be 2 out for Stewart's service and 1 for Dodger Wrench. Again, I've been super impressed with Dodger Wrench. I feel like they could be coming straight out of Dodgeball the movie. They just kind of have that feel to them, and which is befitting, of course, of their team name. I'd love to see one of them, you know, legitimately like give me like a sign of like a wrench or something, or I wish one of them had the like super sick like Ben Stiller like facial hair from the movie. That would have been clutch. But what a play by what a play by Stewart Service. My goodness, that was a treat. An absolute treat as it really gets the crowd going, and now they've got a early two-man advantage here in match 2, just trying to keep themselves alive against Dodger Wrench. Nice catch. So they extend out their lead here in match 2, as they've done a good job of when their balls have missed, they've hit the back wall and have bounced back to them quite nicely. So that has worked to their advantage. So again, both teams kind of in that, as I've called it so kindly, the firing squad formation, where they kind of just sit in the back and wait for their opportunity, wait for their moment, as that one came flying and hit a guy from Squirtle Squad straight in the face. That is uncomfortable, but you know, they are the reigning champs, so I'm sure he's used to it. So we are now at a full complement of players once again for Stewart Service. So big advantage here as they've got all of their guys versus 5 for our wonderful folks for Dodger Wrench. Here comes the offensive. Nope, just a teaser. It was a little teaser. Big throw, goes down. Really kind of focusing on the guy with the backwards cap, as that one goes down as well. Oh, nice throw there. Nice throw there. Gets a good out. We are down to 3 now for Dodger Wrenches. This is the kind of the worst match that they've played thus far. And I mean, they played the reigning champs, but they Squirrel Squad played them close the entire time, whereas this is kind of blowout-esque until those 2 guys just went down, kind of evening things up a little bit here for Dodger Wrench. So 3 of their guys left on the court up against 7 here for Stewart Service. Make that 6 now for Stewart Service, as the balls just keep flying here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, Dodger Wrench with the early victory here tonight against Squirtle Squad, the defending champs. So definitely a team that could be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. Already have the 1 match advantage here against Stewart Service. But Stewart Service looking good here in match 2. They clearly have the numbers advantage at this point. 6 versus 3. Ooh, nice bit of dodging. And they are going to say that he potentially went over the line and barking, and they're not going to get the call, it looks like. So instead it is 5v2 at this point. The 3-man advantage, 6 people currently on the court. And now make it 6-1. The only hope left for Dodger Wrench is he basically walks down the back line and somehow dodges every single attack. And there it is. The final nail in the coffin there in match 2, as Stewart Service forces a game 3. Again, it's been really fun here on Spanish Fork 17 to cover all of this awesome dodgeball. So we've got Dodger Wrench currently up against Stewart Service, both teams with 1 match win. The winner of this one will take the best of 3 game. For Dodger Wrench, that would be their 2nd victory of the day. For Stewart Service, I am not quite sure, because their first game was over at the East Gym. They played Epstein Didn't Kill Himself. I would venture to say that probably was a win after watching Epstein Didn't Kill Himself lose to the Squirtle Squad, but you never know. But this could be a big victory here for Dodger Wrench, get themselves up to 2-0. They would at that point be matching Nicolas Cage Alliance and Toko's with the 2-0 record here in pool play. A couple early casualties for Stewart Service. Looks like it's just 1 for Dodger Wrench. As Stewart's service with the ball count here. Here comes the offensive, a nice catch for Dodger Wrench. And a nice reach to keep that ball. Wow, that was a one-handed grab, and that was beautiful. Odell Beckham Jr. would be proud of that one. Nice job there from Dodger Wrench. Again, why dodge the wrench when you can catch it? So I am definitely a big fan of getting the other guy out and bringing one of your guys back in the game. So currently a full complement of guys for Dodger Wrench until that unfortunate miscue just happened, but certainly still have the numbers advantage, 9-on-5 for Stewart's service. As this has been a lot more of a complete match here for Dodger Wrench. They definitely seemed a little bit out of rhythm in match 2, and now we're kind of back to their old dominant selves. And they were able to take down the reigning champs Squirtle Squad in their first game. And definitely looking the part of a contender thus far. But Stewart's service hanging in there and giving themselves a chance to potentially take match 3 and get a big victory, as again, Dodger Wrench has been rather impressive. If they could pull off a win here in match 3, it would go a long ways for them in pool play, as that one goes off hands and goes down. So now it is down to 3 guys for Stewart's service, up against 7 on the side for Dodger Wrench. And that is a nice catch. Gets another guy in. 4v6 now for the game. In the dirt. I keep saying dirt, but there's no dirt here. It's just hardwood, folks. We're at a basketball gym. Bringing them back in, so 7 now on the court for Dodger Wrench. 3 left for Stewart's service. Coming down to the wire here in match 3. Kind of waiting for that big offensive from Dodger Wrench. That one goes off hands. That one goes off hands as well. 2 quick outs on each side. We are down to 5 for Dodger Wrench. 6. Sometimes math is hard, folks, and they just kind of hide themselves. And there's that big offensive I've been waiting for. Basically takes him down straight firing squad style. And it is now down to 1. The only hope for Stewart's service. He's got to throw up some money balls. That one's going to be off the wall. As Dodger Wrench sets up the offensive. And that is going to be it. Really no chance there with most of the balls over on Dodger Wrench's side. And they will take that rather thrilling game. And so it is a big win for Dodger Wrench over Stewart's service. Dodger Wrench goes to 2-0 here in pool play. And we are going to take a quick break here, as I need to refuel, my cameraman needs to refuel, and as you can tell, my voice is dying. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will catch you back when we get back on Spanish Fork 17. Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17, or at least welcome back to me. I'm Andrew LaRose, your charming host for tonight. I'm over at the West Gym at Diamond Fork Junior High School. We are currently joining you in a match currently in progress. This is this is a game between Nicolas Cage Alliance versus the Swolgers, which both teams have fantastic names. Swolgers taking match 1 of this one, so if they're able to secure match 2, they will take the win here against Nicolas Cage Alliance, who has been rather impressive thus far in the tournament. We've watched a couple of games with them. They beat the Dodgesaurs in Game 3, and they took down the Macu Rate Slashers in Game 6. So we are currently in Game 10 of this one. We did just have a previous match that we did not, at least I did not, cover. The Macu Loan Sharks were able to... My apologies, they were not. They lost to the Blackhawks. They were swept by the Blackhawks. So, unfortunately, the 3 teams represented by Mountain America Credit Union have struggled thus far in the tournament. All of them thus far that I've seen have taken losses. That's actually the second loss tonight for the Macu Loan Sharks here at the West Gym. So as you're seeing this one in progress, this is match 2 of this one between the Nicolas Cage Alliance and the Swolgers. The Swolgers are the team on the left, the Nicolas Cage Alliance on the right. Generally, this has been a fairly even match. There was actually a point where everything literally just like slowed down for a good couple minutes. There was only 2 guys left for Nicolas Cage Alliance, and they controlled the game there for a little bit until their second guy got out, and it was just down to one of them. And he threw up a couple money ball prayers, but unfortunately one of them was caught, and that was what won it for the Swolgers. And so here we are in match 2, and that was a big offensive there by the Swolgers, taking out a good contingent of Nicolas Cage Alliance. So a good lead here in the beginning for the Swolgers. Nicolas Cage Alliance is now only down to 4 contestants, whereas the Swolgers have everybody currently on the court. Again, it's been a fun night of basketball here. Basketball. We are in a basketball court, but this is dodgeball that we're playing on Spanish Fork 17 tonight. It is part of the Turkey Day tournament that happens every year here in Spanish Fork. Last year's winners were the Squirtle Squad, who have been 1-1 thus far, at least here on the West Gym, winning their last one against Epstein Didn't Kill Himself, but losing to Dodger Wrench, who has looked rather impressive in this particular tournament, as that is a nice little offensive there for the Nicolas Cage Alliance, as it is the same guy that was out there last that's still in the game here for Nicolas Cage Alliance, but the Swolgers looking to go on the offensive here and seem to be zeroing in on our last man standing. So it is 2 guys left for Nicolas Cage Alliance up against 8 left for the Swolgers. Here in match 2, the Swolgers with a match 1 win, and now a very commanding lead here in match 2. At this point, Nicolas Cage Alliance really could use a catch here to get some of their guys back in, but they are now down to, once again, their last guy, same guy from the previous match. A couple of them off ball. Big offensive, able to slide it down. Could have caught that one, didn't think about it though. Nice little fake out there from one of the guys from Swolgers, and that is going to be the ball game. A nice effort there from Nicolas Cage Alliance, but looked like they were a bit overwhelmed there by the Swolgers, who make a clean sweep of this one. That's the Swolgers' first appearance here at the West Gym, and they definitely look like a contender here in this tournament as they take down Nicolas Cage Alliance, who still has a good 2-1 record thus far here in pool play, so certainly still in a good spot here in today's Turkey Day tournament. Hope everyone is enjoying their Thanksgiving week, getting themselves all ready to be with family, and it's certainly a week to think about what you're grateful for. And right now I am grateful to be here at this tournament watching all of this awesome dodgeball happening. So our next game here is the Dodgesaurs up against the Mountain America Credit Union Rate Slashers. So again, all of our Mountain America Credit Union teams are usually sporting black with their credit union logos on the shirts. The Dodgesaurs, the team over here on the right, kind of all, just wearing regular clothes, nothing too crazy. So again, the contingent from the Mountain America Credit Union has not been particularly successful thus far in the tournament, as every game we've seen with a MACU team has lost. So potentially an opportunity here for one of them to secure a win, as the Dodgesaurs have not been particularly great thus far in this tournament either. They currently have 2 losses to their name. They lost to Nicolas Cage Alliance, who just lost to the Swolgers. And they also lost earlier to, let me find it here, they lost to the Ballbusters, who were another team that looked rather impressive. But here we are, match 1 of this game. And again, MACU on the left, Dodgesaurs on the right. And thus far, fairly slow-paced game, as most of the balls were over with MACU. They just unloaded and really didn't get a lot of damage to their name from that particular barrage. So both teams right now fairly content to just wait for the other team to completely unload and then retreat back to the back line and wait it out. So they are all in firing squad formation, both teams, particularly the Dodgesaurs, pretty much basically just all standing in one big line. Whereas you see MACU's a little bit more spread out. So we'll see what happens here, as 3 are down currently for the Rate Slashers. So an early advantage here in match 1 for the Dodgesaurs. This one definitely a slower pace, as both teams have a couple people that you can tell have some dodgeball skill to them, but the rest of them, they're here to have fun. And that's important at a tournament like this. It's just to enjoy it, have some fun, be here with your friends, be out with the family. Nice catch there by the Rate Slashers, trying to get themselves back into this game. But it's just a fun time to be here with family, be with friends, enjoy the time. Oh, nice job. What a catch there by the Dodgesaurs. Goes off one guy, and she's able to corral it in. Nice job. That was right to her arm. Could have potentially let it hit her face, and she wouldn't have been out. But, sometimes you just think survival tactics, and no one wants to get hit in the face. So probably a smart move on her part. So both teams down 4 players at this point. My apologies, now 5 down for the Dodgesaurs. So 5 in play for them, 6 in play for the Rate Slashers, as this has been one of the more slow-paced matches of the tournament thus far, as it seems that the Rate Slashers are cluing in on the one guy in the red hat for the Dodgesaurs. A nice play there to get a good out. 4 left on the court for the Rate Slashers. 6 on the court currently for the Dodgesaurs. So a 2-man advantage for them, helping to roar their way to a victory, as again they are 0-2 thus far. That one off hands and down, but a nice comeback there from the Dodgesaurs. So we are down to 2 for the Rate Slashers, and it is 5 on the court for the Dodgesaurs. But most of the ball is currently on the side for the Rate Slashers, hoping to get themselves back in this one. And we are down to 1 for the Rate Slashers, as he's getting all sorts of encouragement from his team. Love that. Who doesn't love some great team spirit? And instead of going for the money ball, he's just going straight for people, trying to get some outs instead. We'll see what he does here as his team helps him to gather up a couple of the balls in the area. He's going to take his shot. This one is long and down. They do not catch it, as things really have slowed down mightily. Nice little drop, and that is going to be the ball game. not quite enough on that money shot. So the catch is made by the Dodgesaurs, and they will take match 1 here of their game between the MacU Rate Slashers. So it's the Rate Slashers, the Debt Crushers, and the Loan Sharks are the 3 teams from Mountain America Credit Union. And again, all the ones that I've seen thus far, they have not fared well in, so certainly Mountain America Credit Union hoping for one of their teams to be able to pull out some kind of victory tonight. And so they're going to need to get crazy, as they've got someone giving a nice rousing speech, trying to rally the troops, get them going here for match 2. And, oh, that's just rough for the Rate Slashers, as Dodgesaurus takes all of the balls from the center line, and it's just literally going to be a firing squad at this point for them. But managed to come out of it fairly unscathed. That's 3 out. So damage could have been worse. As they now get their chance to go all firing squad style, they will take down a couple Dodgesaurs. As it looks like there is now 3 of them out at this point. So 7 left for the Dodgesaurs. 7 left for Mountain America Credit Union Rate Slashers here in this game. So we're on, at this point, game 10 of this particular pool play here at the West Gym at Diamond Fork Junior High School. A nice long night of dodgeball, folks. And that was a big barrage there by the Credit Union. Unfortunately, unable to get it. Oh, just throws up an easy one and is able to get caught. But the Rate Slashers looking all right in this one, as we've got 6 on the court for them, 6 on the court for the Dodgesaurs, so all knotted up here in match 2. Match 1 went to the Dodgesaurs, who just went on a big offensive and got a couple of Rate Slashers out. Looks like their rates are currently being slashed in this game, as are their chances of taking this particular game. 4 left on the court for them. Still 6 Dodgesaurs. They do get the catch, though, and that is clutch, evening things up now 5-5. Off hands and down. Oh, what a catch. What a catch from the Rate Slashers, giving themselves now a 2-man advantage. It is 6 to, my apologies, 5, so actually just a 1-man advantage. That is now back down. Oh, man, Dodgesaurs with a rally here, as it's now actually a 1-man advantage for them at this point. Here comes a big, throwing 2 balls. Oh, off his hands. Off his hands. That one always hurts. You think you got an easy one, and it just drops to the floor. So 4 left for each team at this point. The Dodgesaurs with 4. The MacU Rate Slashers with 4. Big throw, big miss. Couple big throws going to the back wall. So most of the ball's on the side for the Rate Slashers. They gathered their forces together. We'll see what kind of offensive they have. That one sails well beyond any of the players. As now, once again, things seem to be stabilizing a bit. And that one off the ball, which is why it is always nice to have an extra ball in hand. That way you can knock things down, keep yourself on the court. That one is down. That one is down. That one just barely misses the foot. And we are down to 2 now for the Rate Slashers, up against 4 for the Dodgesaurs. So in danger of losing yet another game here and bringing further shame to the name of Mountain America Credit Union are the Rate Slashers. Unfortunately, no Mountain America team thus far has gotten a win, but that will help as it brings in another one of his crew members. It is now 3-3, so evening things up here in match 2. Once again, both teams are content to kind of wait it out and coordinate things and make sure that they're knowing what their team is doing. And now it's going to be a big offensive here for the Dodgesaurs. 2 guys with 2 balls. Nice catch. So big one there for the Rate Slashers. It is now 4-2, so their advantage here in match 2, hoping to force a match 3 here in Game 10 of the tournament here. Again, we've got games going on here at the West Gym. We've got games on the other side over in the East Gym. It's just going to be a nice, long, fun, wonderful night of dodgeball. I hope that you're all buckled in. You've got your popcorn. You've got, whatever snack it is that you like, whatever you choose. And you're just enjoying all of this wonderful content on Spanish Fork 17. So again, 4 left here for the Rate Slashers, 2 left for the Dodgesaurs. Here comes just one. I thought there's going to be, there we go. There's a little bit more of a coordinated attack from the Rate Slashers, but really things have just kind of grinded to a standstill here. Throw from the Rate Slashers misses. Most of the balls basically sitting on the side for the Dodgesaurs. Just one left. There it is. Now here comes the offensive. 1 out, 1 catch, down to 1. 4-1 Rate Slashers at this point, hoping to snatch away victory here in match 2 and force a match 3. The Dodgesaurs really just kind of looking for a money ball shot. Oh my gosh, it's off the front of the rim, almost hits it. Oh, that would have been so clutch for the Dodgesaurs. Just barely misses it. That's one of the best money ball shots we've seen all night. There's only been 2 or 3 that have hit the rim, but that one, I honestly thought that one could have gone in. Just kisses the front of the rim. We'll see what she's got. See what she's got dialed up. And they're all clapping hands, and that is going to be it. The Rate Slashers with the first match victory for any Mountain America Credit Union team. They are loving it. They are pumped. They're excited. They have forced a match 3 at this point. So here in Game 10, the MACU Rate Slashers have a chance to be the first MACU team with a victory. The Dodgesaurs hoping to get their first victory of the tournament, again sitting at 0-2 at this point. So both teams fighting for honor, fighting for glory, fighting kind of almost for just being able to stay alive at this point in the tournament. So let's see who can dig deep and get match 3, as it looks like the Dodgesaurs pretty much get a clean sweep once again of all of the balls. There's a couple of them do kind of squirt over towards the Rate Slashers, but advantage thus far in terms of balls is the Dodgesaurs. Advantage in terms of manpower, though, which is more important right now, is the Rate Slashers, as there's 4 out already for the Dodgesaurs. So an early 9-6 lead here for the MACU Rate Slashers over the Dodgesaurs. An interesting turn of events. I really thought that the Dodgesaurs were going to potentially give themselves a victory here in tournament play, as I've not been impressed with any of the MACU teams. But and there you go. As I'm saying that, 3 of them are off the court. So a nice run here by the Dodgesaurs to even things up. Actually gives them a 1-man advantage at this point. It's 5-6. So we'll see what gets dialed up here, as goes off his hands, hits the wall, tries to get it, doesn't get it, and then gets drilled again. So, I mean, that's just like double, triple whammy at that point. So 3 left for the Rate Slashers to, it looks like, 7 still on the court for the Dodgesaurs. So not looking good here. And once again, we are down to 1 man for the Rate Slashers. Thankfully for him, most of the balls were on his side of the court, and then his teammate kicked him over to the other side. But it doesn't matter, as the Rate Slashers go down. It's a big win for the Dodgesaurs, their first of the tournament, helping them to stay alive here in pool play. Unfortunately for the Rate Slashers, they get slashed by the Dodgesaurs and take what is their second loss here on West Gym. And I'm not sure how they've done thus far on the East Gym, but from what I've seen, again, a lot of these Mountain America Credit Union teams have not fared terribly well thus far in this tournament. So, to recap thus far of this crazy night here on Spanish Fork 17, we have a couple of early favorites thus far. We have the Tocos that are 2-0 here on the West Gym, taking early victories over the Lone Sharks and the Sitting Ducks. We have Nicolas Cage Alliance, who's 2-1 at this point. Their lone loss coming to the Swolgers, but victories against the Dodgesaurs and the... Who else? I will find it. The Macu Rate Slashers. So they beat the team that just lost. The other one that has looked very impressive, the Dodge a Wrench team, has been very impressive, taking down the reigning champ Squirtle Squad and taking down Stewart Service. So 2-0 over here at the West Gym. And speaking of Squirtle Squad, they are lining up here for this matchup between yet another Macu team, this one the Debt Crushers. The Debt Crushers have not yet made an appearance over here on the West Gym, so this will be the first time that we get a look at them. My apologies, that is not the Debt Crushers. That is Stewart Service that's currently on the court. And I think there's some confusion, as it looks like Macu is now going to make their way over to the court. Stewart Service, I guess, just a little too eager to play here, as actually they may be getting some instruction as to maybe they're playing over on the East Gym. So it will be, as I said, the Squirtle Squad up against the Debt Crushers. So the Debt Crushers in black, again with the logos that they have on their shirts. The Squirtle Squad over here on the left with a couple guys with some very cool looking, awesomely coordinated Squirtle Squad shirts. Again, Squirtle Squad, the reigning champions from last year. 1-1 thus far, at least here on the West Gym court. Took a loss to Dodge a Wrench early, but then were able to rally and beat Epstein didn't kill himself. Again, that name just kills me every time. That was also not supposed to be a pun, but it was. All right, we are underway here for Game 11 here. Again, Squirtle Squad up against the Debt Crushers. Once again, as well, we've got a nice lull here at the beginning of the game. It seems to be there's always this big mad rush for the center line, and then the team that ends up having the most balls takes some time to kind of get themselves organized and collaborate with their team, and then they go on a big offensive. So right now we are tied up 8 on each side. Again, it's really fun watching the Squirtle Squad because they've got a couple guys that just throw some really unorthodox throws. We have the guy that's in the kind of like green shirt here on their side. He throws this ball where he has it in his right hand and he like whips it like he's throwing it left-handed. It's just kind of wild. And then they've got a couple guys that throw sidearm. They've got a lefty. Like they're coming at you from all sorts of different angles. So it's interesting and it's a lot of fun to watch. And I bet it's kind of hard to track sometimes for the other team. But an early two-man advantage here actually for the Debt Crushers, as the Squirtle Squad has not looked as coordinated and as balanced as they usually do. They do still have 7 guys on the court, but I mean the Debt Crushers are right there, which I'm going to be honest here, I wasn't fully expecting. Squirtle Squad being the reigning champions, and all of these Mountain America Credit Union teams thus far really kind of struggling in this particular tournament, as one of them goes out. Nice throw there from the Squirtle Squad. Again, firing squad formation for Macu. Did not really take advantage of that opportunity, though. Squirtle Squad now on the offensive. Oh, trying to track it down in the air. Couldn't find it, so that'll be an out. So Squirtle Squad now starting to assert their dominance at this point. They a little bit of an advantage here in match 1. Got 6 on the court to 3 on the court for the Debt Crushers. And once again, the Debt Crushers content to stand on the back line, make the Squirtle Squad make great throws, and hopefully grab a ball or two and get themselves set up for another attack. That one hurts. Squirtle Squad now really overwhelming the Debt Crushers with their numbers. And there was another one of those weird throws. He actually threw that underhanded. Not something that you usually see at a dodgeball tournament. So again, the numbers advantage very big here for the Squirtle squad. At this point, it's 7-2. And they seem to be keying in for the most part on the guy here in the back right corner, but then they've switched things over to the back left. But now most of the ball's on the side of the Deck Crushers. You would think that they'd figure out a way to hopefully take out a guy or two. And instead, they are now down to their last guy. Throws up a prayer, goes off the back wall. Throws up another prayer. That one does not make it, and that is going to be the ball game. Match 1 goes to the Squirtle squad, as they squirt out that particular victory over the MacU Debt Crushers, giving themselves a 1-match advantage here in this particular game. Again, we have a lot of games happening here in the West Gym. We have another pool play happening over at the East Gym as well. They would be about, probably, if they're at the same place that we are, the current match would be Epstein Didn't Kill Himself against Dodger Wrench, which that could be a fun one. Again, Dodger Wrench being a team that has been very impressive. Really has been a joy to watch them. They've got a couple of really good ball players, as they should if their name is based off of Dodgeball the movie. So a mad scramble for the balls and a couple of early outs for Squirtle squad, but also a couple early outs there as well for the Debt Crushers. Already 4 men down for the Debt Crushers, so Squirtle squad getting things going. Another like sidearm submarine throw. This is the kid from the with the Weber State jacket. Like it's just fun. You just see so many different like release angles, release launches from Squirtle squad. So as the other team is just like, well, where's the ball coming from? How is it going to move? Like it can be difficult, as there's a nice laugh, just kind of laughing at himself, trips up and just gets wrecked by a dodgeball. So nice job there for the Deck Crushers, but they are already in a huge hole here in match 2, down to just 2 guys. Make that one. That one is careening into the stands. Almost a good catch. And that is going to be the ball game. Match 2 just went by like crazy. And finally a money ball that is after the game ended, but finally one went in the hoop. But just unfortunately for them, just a little too late, as the Squirtle squad is going to they are going to take their second victory of the night here on West Gym. And a loss there for the MacU Debt Crushers. So MacU still winless to my knowledge at this point. Squirtle squad getting themselves back in a place where they can be a contender now, sitting at 2-1, at least here in the games that they've played at the West Gym. Now getting ready to go for this one is the Dodgesaurs over here on the right, who we've seen quite a bit at the West Gym. And we've got Say Wen over on the left. Say Wen has a couple of guys that seem like ballers. Got a guy that's got like a laser shirt. Another guy that's got a jersey. Got a couple girls that definitely look athletic. Like this could be an interesting ball game. So Dodgesaurs getting the early advantage there, knocking out 2 of the players from Say Wen. And once again, the Dodgesaurs in their favorite firing squad formation. Everybody at the back line just waiting around for the team Say Wen to literally say when and start on their offensive assault. And there it is. Ooh, big one right to the chest to start things off. So that'll be an out. But still a 2-man advantage here for the Dodgesaurs. So the Dodgesaurs thus far have 1 win and 2 losses. Their 1 win coming against the Rate Slashers just 2 games ago. Their other losses, Nicolas Cage Alliance and Ballbusters. So 2 teams that, showed some skill, showed some talent. So certainly not anything to cry about if you're the Dodgesaurs. And they still were competitive in some of those games, but getting the win against the Rate Slashers was huge for them, as that could keep them alive here in pool play. Nice catch there. by Sei Wen. And things have now started to even back out as we're pretty much at 9-9 at this point. So whole new ball game after what looked like a pretty big advantage for the Dodgersaurs. Oh, off hands. Just couldn't quite corral it in. So again, it is the Dodgersaurs here on the right versus Sei Wen. Sei Wen, your team on the left. Again, like I look at them and I'm just like, yeah, these are people that would play dodgeball. They just have that look. I love the scruff on a lot of the guys. Definitely some good facial hair going on. The girls on the team seem pretty athletic. And right now they're really taking it to the Dodgersaurs at this point. Everyone on the court currently for Sei Wen, and now down to 4 at this point for the Dodgersaurs. Make that 3 now at this point for the Dodgersaurs. So went from what looked like a pretty good commanding early lead to now they're really in a big hole here. Nice throw, though. Phenomenal throw from the man with the AF shirt. I like it. And he does another beautiful dodge. Like he's in the zone right now, and I love it. And they need him to be in the zone at this point because it's 3v9 at this point for the Dodgersaurs. Make that 2-10. Again, Sei Wen now with everybody back on the court. It's not looking great for no, that was quite the experience there for Sei Wen. Guy caught it and then flipped it back. The other guy caught it, so it worked out. But it was just kind of a wait, why'd you do that moment? But I think it's because he thought that he had to stay in terms of the inbounds line, and so he did a good job to keep it in. And so we're all done here as a money shot went up. It did not go in, and that is the end of match 1. So an almost perfect victory there for Sei Wen over the Dodgersaurs as we move on to match 2 of this one. Again, a long night of dodgeball here on Spanish Fork 17. It's been a fun evening thus far for everybody in the crowd. There was a lot more energy at the beginning of tonight, and now things have kind of died down a little bit, which you kind of expected. Energy's a little bit lower, just kind of taking it all in instead of going crazy at everything. Things may pick up a little bit once we get to further rounds. But for now, at the end of pool play, this is kind of what I was expecting from the crowd at this point. But still fun. Still got people out here. Still enjoying. I know I am. It has been. It's been fun seeing just the level of talent here in Spanish Fork. I live out in Vineyard and kind of go to some things out in Orem, but they don't have these big, fun, huge community events quite like Spanish Fork does. So it's always fun to come down here, call these, and just see how fun the community is out here and just how involved everybody is. As we get ready for match 2 here again, the Dodgersaurs versus Sei Wen. Dodgersaurs now on the left, Sei Wen now on the right. Sei Wen with the 1-0 match advantage thus far in this game. And we're off. And once again, massacre right at the beginning. Quick out. Quick 2, 3 out for the Dodgersaurs. So Sei Wen definitely with the early, nice catch. Didn't even know where it was coming from, but just a nice catch there for the Dodgersaurs. Made it look casual. It was awesome. So that helps even things out here. Still 2 down for the Dodgersaurs at this point. Tries to get the catch, but does not get it, so big out. Second one out thus far for Sei Wen. So that evens things up here at 8-8 in match 2 of this game. You're seeing a lot of people with these nice tight elbows, and I love that. It's just kind of a a fun thing is like you want to narrow yourself so that you can, you know, cover up less area, and that way it's easier for you to dodge stuff. It's just kind of fun. You're told to be like in an athletic stance, and you're seeing a lot of that in this. You just kind of put yourself where your hands are in, knees are in, like try to cover up as little space as possible, but also be nimble enough to move around and make your dodges. So it's fun. It's just fun. 3 out for each team at this point, so 7v7 here in match 2. That one is off and then off the wall. So nothing doing there. Oh, nice throw. Guns and down. He was even sliding, but somehow was able to get that one down. Nice catch there for the Dodgesaurs. Oh, I almost had a good catch. It was that close. That's the first time I've got to be involved in this in the entire event, other than just speaking at you, and I failed you guys, and I'm sorry. I really wanted to catch it, not for me, but for you, for us that are here in the crowd. But I failed, and it's fine. You know, I maybe will get another chance to be Odell Beckham Jr., but it's not going to happen. And maybe that was my issue. I should have gone up with both hands. Let that be a lesson for you folks, as this one is now down to 3 for Say Wen. 4 for Say Wen. 6 for the Dodgesaurs. As both teams just kind of gathering their forces at this point. Oh, a nice catch. With the ball already in hand. Still figured out a way to bring that one down. Had a nice dodge, throws the ball, but then gets caught. So things are starting to trend in the right direction here for Say Wen. Currently with 5 on the court. The Dodgesaurs now with 3 at this point. 4v3 in match 2. 1 match advantage for Say Wen. So Dodgesaurs needing the match win here to keep themselves alive, and that is not going to help as that one gets caught. So it is now 2. Make it 1. 1 on 5. Needing to stay alive here and give himself an opportunity to throw a money ball. And he's able to catch it, so another one enters. That was huge. Only to have his compatriot get hit pretty quickly right after. That one is off hands, and she will be out. Also off, she's down, goes for the catch, and that is going to be the ball game. A valiant effort there by the last man standing, or last dinosaur standing for the Dodgesaurs. Unfortunately, unable to pull away with the victory. It moves their record thus far in pool play to 1-3, and a good win there for Say Wen. This is their first game here at the West Gym, so not fully sure how they're looking otherwise, but a big victory there for them. The Dodgesaurs once again getting beaten up. Their only victory thus far being against the Rate Slashers. And again, all of our teams from the Mountain America Credit Union have all lost thus far. I do hope that one of them is able to figure out a way to squeak out a victory, just because it would be nice. And we have one of them currently getting ready for another game. That is the MACU Loan Sharks. They will be up against Aspen Heights. Aspen Heights we have not seen since the second game of this tournament. They took the loss against Keller Williams. So maybe another opportunity for a MACU team to finally get themselves on the scoreboard with a W, but also potentially an opportunity for Aspen Heights to avenge their loss against Keller Williams and get themselves in the W column as well. It has just been such a fun night of dodgeball here on Spanish Fork 17. It's been such a treat. I love this crowd. I love the players. I love this event. I think it's just awesome that we all get together as a community and throw balls at each other and have fun every year. It's just great. And we are off to a ripping and roaring start here in match 1 of this game. Mackey Lone Sharks, the team on the left. Aspen Heights, your team on the right. Again, Mackey hoping to bring honor and glory finally to their name, as none of their teams have won. Aspen Heights hoping to secure a W as well here on the West Gym. Roaring and punching. Big offensive there from Aspen Heights, but nothing doing. Currently a two-man advantage for the Mackey Lone Sharks. As you see, kind of similar to a lot of the teams. Both teams, at least at the start here, pretty content to sit back and wait for the other team to make their big attack, and then grab all the balls on their side and basically counterattack. Nice little push-up there after getting hit. Restore some dignity to yourself. I definitely can understand that. So 4 left on the court here now for the Lone Sharks. 7 on the court. Make that now 6 on the court for the Aspen Heights team. That one just sailed right out there. There have been some rather errant throws in this tournament. You see some that just like go sailing, absolutely sailing. And then you've seen a couple where they just literally spike the ball into the ground. That was a nice catch there by the man in the red shorts. Definitely called out his guy to make sure that he knew that it got caught. It's always fun. 3 left here for the Lone Sharks. 6 on the court for Aspen Heights. So the Lone Sharks needing to really get things rolling here, and that is not how you do it, as he misses the catch there. So down to 2 is the Lone Sharks, as they are getting crunched here by Aspen Heights. That one off his ankle and flew a million miles into the sky. Unfortunately for them, it didn't land on their side of the court, so not really able to go and try and catch that one. But still have the numbers advantage here. 5-2. The Lone Sharks content here to try to find their window. Thought he had a window there, did not. Again, trying to deke things out. Really going for the one guy up front. 2, now 1. Nope, thought he was going to go for a second throw there, didn't. There we go. Finally a little grouping there, but misses with both throws. Mackey at this point, like I said, pretty content to just kind of let the other team make their throws. Kind of sit back and relax, and that is going to be now down to 1. Down to 1 at this point. He's going to need to money ball it up to save this thing. Big offensive there from Aspen Heights. Both miss. Creeps up close. Always dangerous. Oh, nice job. Nice job there. Knocks one of them out. 1v4 at this point. Probably still needing to look for an opportunity to score the money ball. That chases them down. It gets hit. Did he get hit on the head? Nope, they're going to say that he is out. So 1v3 at this point, doing a good job. Really keeping themselves alive. This has been quite the last man stand here. Fakes him out with a look at the hoop. And that is finally it. A nice little bit of honesty there, as he probably could have got away with it, but he is going to say it hit him, and that is a big match 1 win there for Aspen Heights. Looking to avenge their loss earlier today against Keller Williams. And again, the Mackey Lone Sharks just trying to put any of the Mountain America Credit Union teams on the scoreboard with a win. We're close, and really one of the best last man stands I have seen thus far in the tournament from their guy. Able to take down a couple of the people from Aspen Heights, but just couldn't stand in there long enough to get his team the win. So we've now switched up sides, and we are on to match 2 of this one. After this, we'll only have 2 more left on In this particular part of pool play, it will be the Ball Busters up against Nicolas Cage Alliance, and then Squirtle Squad up against Stewart Service. Mad Rush once again. Couple of early casualties. What else do you expect from a game of dodgeball? That's why it's always risky to be the one that runs up there to secure. As that was caught. Just a unfortunate one there. So the early casualties thus far, 2 for MacU. It doesn't look like we have 1 down for Aspen Heights, so 9v8, make that now 9v7 at this point. A little bit of gamesmanship here, a couple pump fakes, thinking about it. And then there go the fireworks, just one. It just seems like when one ball gets thrown sometimes, then it's just this barrage of then everybody decides to unload, which is just fun. Down to 5 now at this point is MacU. Oh, thought he had one all lined up. Oh, he did. Interesting. I didn't think he'd. Oh, off the hands. Oh, so unfortunate, as the Lone Sharks are once again in a hole here. They're already down 1-0. Just honestly, I just want to see one of these MacU teams win, like actually get like a game win. The Debt Crushers, no, my apologies. The Rate Slashers were able to win a match, but they did not win the game, as the Dodgesaurs were able to take that one. And it's 3 versus 7 at this point. So still not looking awesome here for the Lone Sharks. But here comes their offensive. And they are going to get 1 from that. And he's somehow able to dodge it off hands. Oh, that one hurts, as they are now down to 2. And there's 6 on the court for Aspen Heights. Again, it's kind of interesting that things just kind of calm down at times. It just like everyone like takes like this big breather, and there's like nothing that happens for like 10 seconds. And this is another one of those. Olé. Nice little dodge there. So most of the balls over on the side of Aspen Heights. Nice little lefty throw there, but goes into the hardwood. Lines it up, misses. Whoa, going for the bench. People are very fortunate that they were paying enough attention. Otherwise, someone was going to get drilled. Still 2 left on the court. Make that now 1 left on the court for the Lone Sharks. They are once again down to their last man. And in this case, last man for the game. Throws up the money ball. Ends up short, but is not caught. Looks like he could potentially line up another one. No, he is getting circled by this front row by Aspen Heights, not looking. Nice job to use the ball to deflect. 1 ball on the side for Aspen Heights. Everything else there for MacU. Throws it up, and that's going to be the ball game. Ends up short, just not quite enough oomph on it. So the Lone Sharks take the loss. And Aspen Heights gets their first win over here at West Gym. Moves their record to 1-1 over here. Not sure how their games have gone over on the East Gym, but at least they're sticking at 500 over here. Whereas the MacU teams, from what I've seen, every game has been a loss for them, which just makes me sad. I just honestly do just want one of them to figure out a way to pull out a victory. So now we get a pretty good treat here in our second to last match in this particular pool. We have the Ball Busters up against Nicolas Cage Alliance. The Ball Busters got a win against the Dodgesaurs. So they're 1-0 over here at West Gym. Nicolas Cage Alliance is 2-1 at this point over here, so pretty impressive team. Their one loss coming to the Swolgers, who I was highly impressed with. I think that they've got a shot at going pretty deep in this tournament. So certainly not a loss that they can be sad about. We'll see what happens here. I like both of these teams. I think they both have some good talent. So I think we're in for a good game here to almost wrap things up. This is the penultimate game of this particular side of the pool. So buckle down, sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, maybe grab a face mask just in case the dodgeballs end up flying in your direction. And let's enjoy this one. All right, everyone getting all set up. Here comes the whistle. Oh, a little bit of false starts, you know, it's fine. 5-yard penalty, but, you know, whatever. And there's the mad rush as Nicolas Cage Alliance will take most of the balls. They do throw one over, almost feels like out of pity, which they shouldn't have done because the soldiers are pretty awesome. Don't need to be giving them extra chances. Oh, my apologies, that's Ball Busters. So Ball Busters on the left, Nicolas Cage Alliance on the right. Match 1 here of this second to last game of pool play. It's been a long night of dodgeball here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, we've got a nice little lull. The firing squad was all lined up, and they missed them. So here we go with the counterattack from Nicolas Cage Alliance. And he gets one. First out of this particular match. So yeah, both teams have people that I can tell know what they're doing. They're dancing around. We've got velocity on their throws. Like, it's going to be a fun one. But this is also one where it kind of seems like they're content to kind of do the firing squad formation, where we're just kind of waiting around for the other team to throw everything, and then we line up and run it back. Okay, a couple hits there. But again, it's every time. They throw, they move everybody back to the back line, and then just kind of wait it out and see what the other team does. Because you just don't want to get caught in the no man's land in the center where everyone's going to start throwing stuff at you. But that's when things get interesting. So you just want to see more of that. You want to see people taking risks. And so it's just fun when you see that, as opposed to everybody just lining up and making them make those deep throws as that one goes off hands. So it's an early advantage here for the Ball Busters. 2-man advantage now down to 1. 7 left on the court for the Ball Busters. 6 left on the court for Nick Cage Alliance. Nicolas Cage truly is a national treasure. I mean, honestly, like, his very being is great. And I get that that's kind of a low-hanging fruit because, you know, he was the star of both of the National Treasure movies. But, like, yeah. Sometimes the best puns are the ones that are just right in front of you. So I went with it, and I hope you enjoyed it as you're enjoying all of this awesome dodgeball on Spanish Fork 17. So big offensive there from the Nicolas Cage Alliance. Does not bear too much fruit. And now we're getting a lot of throws right up near center court, but again, a lot of whiffs. So looks like we've got 5 for the Ball Busters and 5 for Nicolas Cage Alliance, though that now switches after that catch. So 6-4, so 2-man advantage here for Ball Busters. And again, one of those natural pauses in the game. Like we're down to 3 here for Nicolas Cage Alliance. 5 on the court here for the Ball Busters. Ball Busters kind of creeping up a little bit. We've got 3 guys up front with their balls all ready to unleash terror and horror upon Nicolas Cage Alliance. That one was not quite as terrible as they were hoping for, but, you know, it happens. Little evasive maneuvers and good job to get out of the way. That one goes to the back wall. Nothing doing. So now it's Nicolas Cage Alliance had them in firing squad formation with all of them having balls in hand. They all unleashed. Nothing doing. Star Spangled Man goes for the throw. Misses. I really do love the guy with the star shorts. I just think that's really fun. You know, rep in America even in November. November's a good time to rep America. I mean, Thanksgiving is such an American holiday. I mean, you eat turkey, you just like eat out of your mind, and then you watch football all day. Like I don't know how like American it gets, but like that feels like America. I stuff my face and I watch football. Like it's just pure America, and he's repping it right there with those shorts. So you're welcome. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that Thanksgiving is an American holiday, and he obviously gets it here on this Turkey Day tournament. Off hands. Oh, big out there. We're looking at 4-2 now. Ball busters with the 2-man advantage over the Nicolas Cage Alliance. 3 balls in hand for Nicolas Cage. 3 balls in hand up front. Now 5 total. Oh, big one. That is a big one. That one hurts. Last man standing now for Nicolas Cage Alliance. Big 1v4 opportunity. And he's just going to sidearm a couple. Just, firing buckshot there, and he's gonna be out. So match 1 win there for the Ball Busters as we see the teams switch sides. Again, the Ball Busters with a win over the Dodgesaurs that we got to saw here on this side over at the West Gym here at Diamond Fork Junior High School. All part of the Turkey Day Dodgeball tournament here that Spanish Fork holds every year. Always fun to get together, run around, throw some dodgeballs, enjoy time with friends and family, which is exactly what you should be doing on Thanksgiving week. Again, a reminder that you are going to be able to watch all of this thrilling content on our YouTube channel, Spanish Fork 17. If you go to YouTube, it's youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. This will be available for you to watch, so certainly go check it out. Have some fun. Go find your specific team and watch your boys, watch your girls, And also, it's a great tool for film, of course. Obviously, you want to scout out the teams for next year, so definitely check out Spanish Fork 17's YouTube page so you can get all of the film that you could want. Go all detail style like Peyton Manning, Kobe Bryant, Nick Saban. Hopefully you people know that reference. ESPN Plus, they have a show called Detail where basically they have people that go and watch a ton of film and they tell you what happened. So you could be that person, kind of, for Spanish Fork 17. So go check it out. Go check out all of these games after they are all done tonight and enjoy more and more dodgeball on Spanish Fork 17. So again, here we are in match 2 of this one. It's the Ball Busters up against Nicolas Cage Alliance. Nicolas Cage Alliance now on the left. Guys mostly wearing black. Over on the right is the Ball Busters. They're in a hodgepodge of things. And currently it is the Nicolas Cage, not Saint Nicolas Cage, but I wish they were Saint Nicolas Cage Alliance. With the advantage here, up 3. So everyone's still on the court for them, but 3 down for the Ball Busters. The Ball Busters did take match 1 of this one, so it's not the worst thing in the world if they don't get match 2. That was an awesome play. You see ball hit off the ball of one of the guys for Nick Cage and does the little tip drill thing. Unable to do it on that particular play, though. So big advantage here for Nicolas Cage over the Ball Busters at this point. 9v3. That's a big one. He had 2 balls and really was the one causing most of the damage thus far for the Ball Busters. So 2 men left standing here for them up against Nicolas Cage Alliance. Thankfully for them, they do have most of the balls on their side, though now they're just kind of unloading, and we are down to the last man standing, and at this point it is 1 versus 10. It is literally everyone up against one. Really, there was not going to be much of a chance there for him, so this thing is all knotted up after match 2. Nicolas Cage Alliance taking that second match, Ball Busters taking the first one, so we are going to the decisive match 3 here in this penultimate game of pool play. Penultimate pool play. Oh, beautiful alliterations on Spanish Fork 17. And honestly, it was just, I wanted an excuse to say penultimate because it's just a fun word. No one gets to say penultimate. And here I am getting to say it because this is the second to last game. So here we are, match 3 of this penultimate game here on Spanish Fork 17. Ball Busters, Nick Cage Alliance. Nick Cage Alliance once again with the clean sweep of all the balls. Now there's a bit of conversation as to what exactly happened. Oh, wow. And there come the barrage. And it merits them nothing. Oh, 1. They get 1. So early one-man advantage here for Nick Cage, and it just goes right down the drain, just like his acting career. So 1-1, match 3, Nicolas Cage Alliance, Ball Busters. Ball Busters hoping to bust a move and get themselves further up the standings here in pool play. Nicolas Cage hoping to continue to stay strong in their spot. Nicolas Cage Alliance is currently 2-1, at least over here at the West Gym. Ball Busters 1-0. Most of their games have been over on the other side, over on the East Gym. Somehow that missed everyone. That tipped 3 different times, and they were able to bring it down. What a play there for Nicolas Cage Alliance. That one just sailed right out there, and it landed on the hardwood, unable to be caught. So 2 down here for the Ball Busters. Nick Cage Alliance with everybody currently on the court. This one the decisive match 3 here of this game. Both teams have shown promise thus far in this tournament. So the team that loses here going to be probably sitting around 500 going into potentially the next rounds. But the other team potentially looking at a good high seed coming into our next round of play. Most of the balls over on the side of Nicolas Cage Alliance. Once again, we are in firing squad mode. Ball thrown, ball missed. Only 2 balls left on that side, and here comes really only 2 throws. I thought that there was going to be a bit more of a barrage there, and there wasn't, but still, most of the balls and really the control of this game in the hands of Nicolas Cage Alliance. You see one of their players literally just dancing around. He's just having fun. He's not even throwing it. He's just literally just kind of dancing around. And it's great. There it is. There's the firing squad. It didn't really do anything, but at least it looked cool. There's an out. There's an out. So 3 left standing for Ball Busters. And still a full complement of players until now for Nicolas Cage. So 9 versus 3 here in match 3. Big advantage for Nicolas Cage Alliance. Winning this one, they would be sitting pretty going into the next round. They would be at least 3-1 from what I know of. Again, I don't see the ones over at the East Gym, but certainly they've looked impressive. He thought about catching it, decided against it. I don't know if that's a wise decision or not, but it happened. He's going to be generous and give it back to his teammates. Literally, this guy, he just runs around. I don't even know if he barely even throws it. He's just running around being a distraction at this point. And it's working. It's working. And now they're just mad at him. One guy just literally just like tuned in on him. Now he's not even paying attention. He's literally just playing basketball, just throwing up those floaters, and he is out. So now two men standing left for the Ball Busters. You could say that their balls are being busted at this point, which is unfortunate because they have looked pretty good thus far in this tournament. At least the one game that I saw, they looked pretty good. But then again, Nicolas Cage Alliance, really their one loss was to a team, the Swolgers, that I'm like, well, they could go all the way. So, I don't know. I still think the Ball Busters are a pretty solid team. They could still make some noise. I don't know if they'll be able to come back from this one, but it certainly would be impressive. I feel like an attack is coming any minute now, except for most of the balls are over on the side for the Ball Busters. And they're just waiting for the entire clip of balls to leave for Nicolas Cage Alliance. And here we are once again with the running in front of the center line, trying to distract, trying to be a nuisance. He's done a very good job of it thus far. Ball is missed. You're currently watching one of the more boring sections of this entire tournament thus far. Not to be mistaken with any extreme dodgeball that could happen on ESPN 8, the Ocho. This is Spanish Fork 17, where the dodgeball is maybe a little less extreme than that. Nice job there to block. 3 balls in 3 hands. Oh, distracting. They almost got them. That's a miss. They are all ready. Firing squad is ready. The catchers are ready. Here we go. The fastball. Oh, wide right. The fastball down in the dirt. And now more running. And that goes to the wall. It misses. It rolls back, which actually is a really good strategy. It's something that the Squirtle squad does as well. Is if you go for your guy, you throw it really hard. Even if you miss, it may roll back and you just get another shot at him. So certainly there is something to be said about just hucking it and playing loose. That one is blocked. This has been the longest section of the tournament that I have witnessed thus far. Really just, these two guys they're just surviving. They are survivors. They're not going to get up. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep on surviving. Thank you, Destiny's Child, for that lovely lyric. So, again, 2 guys left for Ball Busters. 9 on the court for Nicolas Cage Alliance. And there finally is some action, ladies and gentlemen, as it is now down 2-1. Mr. Brooklyn Net is still alive for the Ball Busters. And now it is what can he do to get himself going as Nicolas Cage Alliance now sends their zone defense underneath the hoop. There's the shot, and it is up and off the hoop. They do get another guy on the court, so now he is no longer alone. It is 2 on the court. So, 6 on the court for Nicolas Cage Alliance, 2 for Ball Busters here in match 3 of this game. Are they going to say that counts? They are going to say that it does. So last man standing once again for the Ball Busters. He is just busting a move, but that is it. A very valiant effort from the Ball Busters, but just not enough gas in the tank and not quite enough luck on the money ball shots to get themselves going. So they will lose that one to Nicolas Cage Alliance. They're going to move their record to 3-1 over here, 1-1 for the Ball Busters. And we are going to take a quick break here. Thank you for joining us thus far on Spanish Fork 17, and we'll get you more when we're done after the break. Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 and our coverage of this Turkey Day Dodgeball Tournament on ESPN 8, the Ocho. Extreme Dodgeball, and that was extreme. One of the first real extreme moments that we've had, as our last game was the Ball Busters up against Nicolas Cage Alliance. It was one of the greatest two-man stands that I have seen in a long time, and it felt like it went for an eternity. But here we are in the last game of pool play. It is Squirtle Squad up against Stewart Service. Squirtle Squad, our team on the left. Stewart Service, our team on the right. Both teams actually helping us out with team shirts, which is always nice. Stewart Service, the ones in the white with the nice logo. Squirtle Squad with a couple different shirts, but with that same Squirtle Squad logo. And then a few others that are wearing like Giants jerseys and other such things. But Squirtle Squad is the reigning champs. They won this last year. We've seen them play a couple times. They're 2-1 over here at the West Gym. Their lone loss coming to Dodger Wrench, who has really lived up to that name. They truly are the heir apparent of Dodgeball the movie. They've looked pretty awesome thus far in this tournament. But Squirtle Squad are no slouchers, as you can see. They certainly can hydro pump their way to a victory here. That was more Blastoise than Squirtle, but I still made the joke anyway, and I hope it landed. So, Squirtle Squad with the disadvantage at this point. Looks like they're down by 2 in terms of manpower. Stewart Service with the usual, we sit at the back line firing squad style, but it worked for them as they were able to catch a pass there. 7 on the court for them at this point. 5 on the court for Squirtle Squad. And for the most part, it's the guys that I think thus far have played the best for Squirtle Squad. Weber State has some very impressive launch releases. Throws a mean sidearm, a mean submarine. Guy in the orange has some speed and throws a freaking mean fastball. So certainly Squirtle Squad can work their way back into this game, even though they're currently at a numbers disadvantage. Stewart Service we've seen a couple times thus far in the tournament. We saw them play Dodger Wrench, and they lost as well. We also saw them earlier as there was a bit of a miscommunication as to who was playing when. They came on the court when it was supposed to be the MACU Debt Crushers, and instead the Debt Crushers came on. They thought that they were playing the Squirtle Squad earlier. As, man, that's, Squirtle Squad on an absolute tear there. They just mowed basically everyone down from Stewart Service within a matter of a couple seconds. So now we're just down to one guy for Stewart Service up against the 6 for the Squirtle Squad. And he's gonna have to throw a Hail Mary here at some point. There it is. It is in! That is the first money ball that's gone in this entire tournament. What a time for that to go down. Stewart Service back in the game. What an absolute shot. My goodness. Oh, I'm so glad that we got to witness that. That just makes me so happy that one finally freaking went down. So nice job here by Stewart Service to get things going. That is up in the air. Oh, about to be 2 straight miracle plays for Stewart Service. Unfortunately, it goes down, but things are interesting here on Spanish Fork 17 as Stewart Service comes roaring back from one man, hits the money ball, and now they've got numbers on the Squirtle Squad. Man, this has been a fun match. All sorts of excitement here on Spanish Fork 17. I hope that you are tuned in, glued in, other ood-ins, and ready for more and more dodgeball tonight, because we are just going to force feed it to you. we potentially could be here till midnight, and we've already seen some great dodgeball. I'm super excited to see what it's going to look like when we really just get the cream of the crop facing each other. Stewart Service really putting it to him at this point. Just 2 members of the Squirtle Squad left on the court. 2v8 at this point. Big throw, bigger catch. My goodness, that was sensational. As now they're just going to try and line them up. Throws it off the wall. He's going to need a money. He's going to need a money maker. He's going to need a money maker off the wall. Off the wall. Goes for it. Can't quite make the grab, and that is going to be a match win for Stewart Service. The first money ball make of the entire tournament, and it comes up clutch for Stewart Service as they are able to take match one against the reigning champs Squirtle Squad. And we are switching up sides here in this last game of pool play. Again, Squirtle Squad 2-1 in the games that we have seen thus far. 0-1 is Stewart Service thus far in their games. So you could definitely call this one an upset if Stewart Service is able to pull this off. And with a one-match advantage, they certainly have an opportunity to do just that. And here comes the mad dash. And he is just mercilessly gunned down. So early loss there for Squirtle Squad. Down one man, and boy was he down. He just got wrecked. Here comes the firing squad, and they miss. They absolutely miss. Not one piece of person was hit on those throws. So once again, kind of slows things up. Oh, he's calling for the curveball. Nice. You see some playful banter between the teams, which is always nice. We love seeing sportsmanship. We love seeing everyone just enjoying playing and enjoying the game and not getting too crazy about it. Big throw, big miss. Once again, the firing squad. This time it is successful as it knocks someone down. You heard a one little Squirtle shout out, and that was it. Unfortunate. All right, so we're sitting at 1 each at this point. So 9 people for each team. Once again, that natural lull. The firing squad is all lined up. Lots of misses. You know the drill. It's just you gotta wait for that one big moment that just kind of ignites the match, and that could be it. Are they calling for face? Are they calling for hand? They are saying he is in, saying it got face. The full complement of the Squirtle Squad is now back on the court. Stewart Service now down 3, so a 3-man advantage here for the Squirtle Squad. And they are going to barrage, and they are going to miss on all of them. But luckily for them, as has been noted for most of my time watching the Squirtle Squad, they throw it really hard, they miss, but then the ball just bounces right back to their side. So they just get another shot, which is a pretty good strategy. And that was absolutely phenomenal dodging from this guy from Stewart Service, as their numbers have now dwindled down to 4 as he makes his way off the court. So, big catch for Stewart Service, but then gets hit. So basically negates that awesome play that he just had. So still 3 on the court for Stewart Service in this big match here in the last game of pool play on the West Gym of Diamond Fork Junior High School. Have I made it dramatic enough for you? Because I don't think I have. 2 men left for Stewart Service here in this match. 9 left for the Squirtle Squad, so at this point it just kind of feels like overkill. Big throw, big miss. Big throw, bigger catch. 3 on the court now for Stewart Service. 8 for Squirtle Squad. 1 man left. Can they repeat the money ball? They cannot. big match 2 win for Squirtle Squad, keeping themselves alive here in this last game of pool play at the West Gym. Again, Squirtle Squad reigning champs, 2-1 thus far, looking the part of a reigning champ for the most part. They did slip up again in their one loss against Dodger Wrench, but Dodger Wrench is a great team. A great team. They definitely live up to the namesake of Dodger Wrench. They dodged many wrenches. They dodged many balls. They caught many wrenches. They caught many balls. And they just generally were fairly impressive. As we're getting ready here for match 3. And it is a clean sweep for Stewart Service on the center line. Pull, miss, pull, miss. A little bit of faking, a little bit of trickery, lots of pump fakes. Ooh, nice. It's like a Mexican standoff. They're literally all just like, oh, miss, miss. Like a few throws, a few errant throws here and there, but otherwise there's just not quite been wowza. There is velocity on that throw by the orange Squirtle Squad guy. It's vicious, actually. Those guys can really huck it. And under, again, he has some very interesting throws. This guy in the green, like bluish green shirt for Squirtle Squad, he like threw that one basically underhanded. It was just like crazy. He throws that. He throws like this sidearm. He throws one where he like throws it with his right arm and it like goes like it's being thrown left-handed. That's when you've played too much, I think. You have all these different releases, but it is fun to see. So we're all knotted up here. 8 men on the court for each team here in match 3. Squirtle Squad, reigning champs on the left. Stewart Service. There's that throw. There's that crazy right-handed throw that one guy has. It's just so fun, so weird and great. As both teams have guys that can just absolutely sling it. They can sling the dodgeball. I'm so happy for them that these aren't harder things. Oh, they actually did like a full-on countdown of when they were going to throw it, and only like 2 of them threw it. What's also fun about Squirtle Squad is you see some of the guys literally like faking them out. They like march up and like they show like they're going to throw the ball, but they don't have anything in their hand. It's just kind of fun. So 2-man advantage right now for Squirtle Squad here in match 3 of this last game of pool play. A lot of dancing around. Very effective. 3 up front for Squirtle Squad. Big throw, big miss, but rolls right back to him. Again, you see that a lot. Oh, right off the chest. That one sounded like it's going to leave a welt. As now Squirtle Squad is really rolling here. 3 left here for Stewart Service. 7 left on the court for the Squirtle Squad, so doubling them up at this point, and then some. Doing lots of pump fakes. It's kind of getting into their brain at this point. just lots of fun, lots of trickery for Squirtle Squad, and I like it. It's fun, and it works. It absolutely works. A nice job there by the Squirtle Squad. So it is down to just 2 here for Stewart Service. Not that they're not used to this situation. They honestly kind of thrived. They've thrived a little bit in this situation. Oh, that could have been a big catch to bring him down to 1. Instead, it goes off. Another off the court for the Squirtle Squad, so only 6 left. Man, they have guys that just can rip, absolutely just rip the ball. Like, I would not want to get hit by any of those, and he got hit by 2 of them. So, last man standing for Stewart Service here in match 3 up against the reigning champs, the Squirtle Squad. Doing a good job to stay alive. He throws it up, and that is going to be the ball game. Nice wide receiver catch there in the end zone. So, big win for Squirtle Squad. moves them to 4-1 thus far over here in the West Gym to close out pool play. A hard loss there for Stewart Service, who also took a loss to another one of the bigger teams in this tournament, Dodger Wrench. So that concludes pool play here over on the West Gym here for the first round of pool play. We will catch you for some more dodgeball action when we come for the second part of pool play on Spanish Fork 17. Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We have just finished up pool play here at the Turkey Day Dodgeball Tournament. It has been a long night of dodgeball for all of us, and it has been an absolute blast. The crowd is starting to thin out a little bit, but the competition, though, on the other hand, has heated up as we are now finally getting to the semifinals and the further rounds of this tournament. We currently have Nick Cage Alliance, which is over here on the left, and we have Say When that is over here on the right. We were able to see both teams in action in pool play. Nicolas Cage Alliance went 2-1 in the games that we saw them in. And the one game that we saw Say When in, they were able to beat the Dodgersaurs. So certainly both teams that have some skill, have some talent, have some athletic ability, and so this should be a fun one. So buckle up and get ready for yet another awesome game here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, this is the Turkey Day tournament that's down here at Diamond Fork Junior High School. We hold this every year down here in Spanish Fork. It's a great way to get the community together, have some fun, playful fun, you know, but also some nice, healthy competition. So it's been a blast. It's been enjoyable, and I hope that you're enjoying your Thanksgiving weekend, not only here on Spanish Fork 17, but that you'll have a happy and safe Thanksgiving with your families here on Thursday as well. So an early advantage here for the Nicolas Cage Alliance, who, he is out. That's a guy that's, for Nicolas Cage Alliance, has kind of been a nuisance for the other teams. He kind of runs around and tries to distract the other teams, and that time my apologies, that are they going to say hit face? Yes, they are. Okay. All righty. So that was what looked like maybe a two-hitter. Instead, it gets off the shoulder of our red-capped Yankee fan, which, gross. Yankees, horrible. But it goes off the ear of the other guy, and so he's able to stay in. So the crowd is thinning a little bit here for Say When, as there are just 6 of them on the court currently, whereas Nick Cage has pretty much everybody on the court at this time. So 9 versus 6, so 3-man advantage here for Nicolas Cage Alliance over Say When. And that is off the wall, so uncatchable at that point. But again, you see a lot of this in these games, and I know I've brought it up way too many times, but it's just, you see where it does this back and forth thing where both teams kind of line up at the very edge of the court and just kind of wait for the other team to make their move. I call it the firing squad formation, and it happens like 5 or 6 different times in every game, where they're just kind of sitting, waiting around patiently for somebody else to make the move. The other person makes the move, and then you make a counterattack. That was an impressive run there from Say When, able to dodge a couple of balls with hers, but eventually does go out. At the very least, she drew tons of fire, so definitely has that going for her. So now down to 4 is Say When. Nick Cage at this point has everybody on the court. So 10 versus 4. And here's one of them natural pauses because Nicolas Cage has pretty much every ball at this point. Good evasive maneuvers. Nice. And it's up and it's caught. And there's a wide throw up in the air. And that is going to be the match there. So match 1 goes to Nicolas Cage Alliance. As that was what appears to be a tiebreaker. At the end of pool play, if the teams were tied and had not faced each other yet, They were set to be in a one-match sudden death. And in this case, Nicolas Cage Alliance wins that, so they will be moving on to the rest of the tournament, and that will be the end of the night for Say When. Unfortunately, they fought valiantly, but Nicolas Cage is the one that will be moving on here for the rest of pool play. My apologies, after pool play and moving on to the semifinals for the tournament. Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 in our coverage of this Turkey Day Dodgeball tournament down here in Spanish Fork. We are at Diamond Fork Junior High School, if you are just tuning in here. So this is a play-in game into the semifinals. It is Epstein Didn't Kill Himself on the left versus Nicolas Cage Alliance on the right. Nicolas Cage Alliance in all black. Epstein Didn't Kill Himself in the multicolored. They're just doing their thing. Uniform. So both teams fought hard, played hard, did the dodgeball all the way up until this point so that they have the opportunity to potentially play into the semifinal round where the winner of this matchup will be playing the Blackhawks. We will have coverage of that one immediately after this one. So as you can see, things are kind of dying down here after the first little mad scrum for the balls at center court. Currently a 1-0 advantage here for Epstein Didn't Kill Himself. Again, we saw these guys earlier in the tournament, and I don't love their name. I love Nicolas Cage Alliance, but Epstein Didn't Kill Himself. I feel like I'm making some kind of political statement here that I'm not fully ready to endorse, not endorse. So it's just like I don't know. They're just the team with the dude in the orange polo, is really what I think of them. And he's just fun. I like him, the orange polo guy. He just seems like he's enjoying life. He just enjoys being here. He's not crazy competitive like the other teammates, but he just seems like he's having fun. So we are at 1-1 thus far. So 9 guys on the court for each team thus far. Again, Nicolas Cage on the right. We saw a lot of their gameplay here at the West Gym. Again, the other side, the East Gym, has had just as many games. We had a couple of we had some tiebreakers at the end of pool play that were played over at the East Gym, so it took us a little bit to finally get things going. We're a bit past 10:30 at this point, so still playing dodgeball. Oh, that was a spectacular play. Off his foot, able to catch it, but then gets nicked. So still a good play, but not as good as it could have been if he didn't get hit. Things are now mostly evened up. Looks like it is a one-man advantage here for the team on the left. Again, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say their name if I can get away with it. So, orange polo guy goes down. I was really rooting for him to keep it going, but things have. Again, we're in firing squad formation again. I just love it. Actually, I don't. I've told you how I don't love the firing squad formation. I think it's absolutely boring. I just want to see some action, and the firing squad is like the least action-y part of the entire dodgeball match. It's just this it's a standoff. And I'm just like, somebody shoot, somebody pull, draw, whatever the word is. Just get things going, as things are finally starting to get going here on Spanish Fork 17. Some action is happening, so here we go. It is Nicolas Cage Alliance on the right, the other team on the left. Oh, that one is a direct hit to the shoulder. 5 men on the court for Nicolas Cage Alliance. 4 on the court for Epstein. Nice block. That one trickles into the stands for a hot second, comes back out into play. So 4 still on the court for Epstein. Most of them in the red shirts. We've got Fit City, kind of spoof off of Rip City for Portland, the Portland Trail Blazers. Kind of like that. That actually is a kind of cool design. I like that shirt. Props to him for that. We've got Pizza Hut Man. I love his shirt. And he made some spectacular plays in one of the games that we had him in, that we saw him for here at the West Gym. He made a play where he like 3 consecutive plays where he dodged it, he caught a ball, and then he caught another ball. He was like their MVP of that particular game. That was ripping. These are some absolute fireballs that these guys are throwing at this point, which makes sense. These are the cream of the cream almost at this point. Again, this is a play-in into the semifinal round. The winner of this one will go on to play the Blackhawks, which, again, will get you coverage of that particular game when this one is over. So match 1 here of this one, it's coming down to the wire. 4 versus 3 at this point. The advantage to Nicolas Cage Alliance over Epstein. Oh, hit in the foot is the Pizza Hut guy, unable to deliver for his team on this particular match. Though I would not mind if he delivered me a nice 2-topping pizza for $7.99. I think it's something like that, large 2-topping. We did get some Little Caesars from our producer Pete. That came in super clutch, as there is a big hit there for Nicolas Cage Alliance. This thing is now down to 4-2. As you see, it kind of starts dwindling down here when it gets to this small number of guys. It's actually now 3-2 at this point. So 1-man advantage for Nicolas Cage over Epstein. Oh, big hop skip, and that just sails all to the corner of the gym. And we are down to just 1 guy for Nicolas Cage Alliance. Somehow that got him. He gets barely nixed there. So match 1 goes to Epstein. Didn't kill himself over Nicolas Cage Alliance. That one was a fun match, other than the what felt like a whole minute Mexican stand in the middle. But otherwise, there was some fun action. Definitely both teams have skill. They both know what they're doing. They play as a team. Like, it's just fun when we get to these later rounds, because you really see the talent that is here in this community. And again, I just love the thought of getting together as a city and just throwing balls at each other and just having fun. And that's exactly what this is, this Turkey Day tournament down here in Spanish Fork. Just an opportunity to get together and have fun and enjoy each other's company, which is exactly what we've done all night. And we have enjoyed every minute of it here on Spanish Fork 17. A clean sweep at the beginning for Team Epstein. So the firing squad all ready, and takes down 1 member of Nicolas Cage. And they fire right back and get another one down. So we are all tied up here, 9 on the court for each team. Match 1 was exciting. Match 2 hopefully shaping up to be the same here, but we'll see. Epstein with the match 1 win, hoping to seal this thing up, a nice clean sweep. They've been rather impressive. Again, most of their games have been here in the West Gym, so we've gotten all of the film, all of the data on Nicolas Cage Alliance, and they have proven to be solid. Like, I think they have a chance potentially at winning this thing if they can advance here to the semifinal round, as that one is a miscue there. So off the shoulder, he will go out. So now a 1-man advantage for Epstein. Oh, nice little tag team block there. And then a tag team attack that completely fails. Oh, nice catch, though. Good rebound. So catches the throw from the orange polo shirt guy as he will saunter his way over to the out-of-bounds area. So 1-man advantage for Nick Cage. That was a drill shot. And then they barrage him as he's coming out from the out-of-bounds area, but miss. Off hands and out. So, yeah, a little more of a flurry of balls here in match 2, which has been really nice. There's an out. So we're at 3 all here, so 7 on the court for each team. Again, an exciting night of dodgeball here on Spanish Fork 17. We have been here since 6:30. I came to a meeting where we discussed all the rules and laid down the groundwork for this tournament. The tournament itself started at 7 o'clock, and here we are. We're nearing 11 o'clock, folks, and it has been 4 hours of heart-pumping dodgeball, and it's been lovely as he gets absolutely trashed. He's kind of even limping a little bit Off the court, he got wrecked by several balls. Oh, the lefty. Always love seeing the lefty throws here in dodgeball, and that was something dangerous over there. Almost taking off heads, taking names, all of the things taken. Liam Neeson might be in the house because things are just getting taken. So, body count here at this point. We've got 5 on the court for Nicolas Cage Alliance, and we've got 7 on the court over here for Epstein. You're right. I'm still not going to say the full thing until maybe they win. Then I might say it again. But Team Epstein still with the advantage here over Nicolas Cage Alliance. Some big heart-pumping throws there. All miss. Sidearm sneaks its way right in between 2 guys. Does not hit anybody. So still 5 guys and not the burger joint on the court for Nicolas Cage Alliance. 7 guys on the court for Team Epstein. So once again, we've got the Mexican standoff. My favorite part of the match, you know, where everybody just stares at each other awkwardly and waits for someone to finally throw the ball, which there it was. And so now here comes the offense. Nope. Big misses. Big ol' misses. And not the university. That one off the ball. Nice job to block that one up in the air. Oh, fantastic catch. Merciful heavens. So that'll be another guy in for Nicolas Cage. Oh, and it is returned right back. Beautiful catch by Fit City. Make it 2. 2 straight catches by Fit City, man. He's the regular Damian Lillard over there, just catching passes and sinking those threes. Well, I haven't seen him sink threes, but he is catching passes. So there is that. He still's got that going for him, which is nice. So 4 guys on the court for our Nicolas Cage Alliance. That one off hands, and that will be down. So that is 7 guys still on the court here for Epstein. So big advantage at this point here in match 2. Again, Nicolas Cage Alliance took match 1, so not the worst thing in the world if they can't get match 2 and get the sweep, but certainly would be nice, but going to be difficult with only 3 versus 6 at this point. Nice catch. Gets them pretty close to being even here now at this point. So 4 in for Nicolas Cage and 5 in for Team Epstein. And here we go again. The standoff. The intimidation factors. Oh, wasn't very intimidating. That throw was kind of off. But, you know, it's kind of their thing, especially this guy here in the center. All he does is like run around and like distract the other team, and then he occasionally throws a ball like he did there. But it works though. It's so crazy that it works. He just gets in the head of the other team, and it really works for the rest of the boys. He distracts them, and then they pick him off. So here we are. 4 guys for Nicolas Cage, 5 guys for Team Epstein. Big attack, and it nets nada. Absolute nada. But it was a great offensive, and I enjoyed it. It is pumping the action. So here we go. Potentially a big offensive moment here for Nicolas Cage Alliance. Literally hit the ball out of his hand. That was actually pretty awesome. I'm going to turn around and shoot the J because they realized it actually hit his hand before it hit the ball. So he goes out. So 3 men once again for Nicolas Cage. 5 men for Epstein. So we've kind of been sitting at this tenuous, right at 3 guys for Nicolas Cage for the last forever. And this is pretty indicative of them. They really do a good job of staying in the game. They just survive, and it's very impressive. So they'll get down to 4 or 3, but then they'll get a couple catches, get themselves back in it. So there's still definitely a chance here for Nicolas Cage Alliance to sweep this thing and get themselves into the semifinal round. Obviously, Epstein doesn't want that to happen. Oh, he's calling for the fastball there, and instead he threw the pitch out, which was to be expected. And here comes the big offensive from Nicolas Cage. Goes for the catch and doesn't make it, but gets him right back there. Does Epstein. So now they are down to 2. 2 guys left for Nicolas Cage, 4 guys left for Epstein, and they are absolutely loaded with balls at this point. Let's see what they decide to do. They all launch, and 1 finally hits. We are down to 1v4, Nicolas Cage versus Epstein. 1 misses. Big windup, pump fake, doesn't go. Grabs the ball. Let's see what he does. Is he going to go for the money? He's going for the money, and it hits the back wall. Unfortunate. So still 4-on-1. Really, the advantage should easily be to Epstein. They're even kind of lollygagging. A couple guys in the back. Lots of evasive maneuvers from our last man standing. Oh, my goodness. I have never seen so many spin moves in my life. Like Madden spins. I barely even make 1 on plays, and he's made 5. It was highly impressive. Oh, right to the chest, and that is a big one for Nicolas Cage. Now, if he could figure out a way to catch a ball or to hit the money ball, which I've been told, we had the one that happened today that Stewart Service hit that was absolute, money. And I was talking to one of the directors, and he has only ever seen, as that's going to end the match, he has only ever seen 2 go in ever. And the last one was like forever ago. It was like 12 years ago. So super rare, and we caught it all here on Spanish Fork 17. So if you want to see a little piece of history, go tune into our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17, and you can see that money ball get hit. It was a game between Stewart Service and, let me figure out who the opponent was, try to remember. They were playing Squirtle Squad. Yes, they were playing Squirtle Squad, our reigning champions, who actually just recently got knocked out of the tournament, so they will not be repeating as champions, as we are now getting set for the climactic match 3 of this play-in game for the semifinals. We are not preparing for a climactic match. Instead, it is just going to be, my apologies, of course, because Epstein did win the first game. I don't know why I didn't think that they did, and I kept telling you that they did, but they didn't. Epstein won game 1, so they ended up actually sweeping. So it is Nicolas Cage Alliance out the doors at this point, as you see them walking out the doors. Yep, a sad day for them. But here we have Epstein didn't kill himself. The one time we will say that during this match, unless they win. Versus the Blackhawks, who absolutely ran train through most of this entire tournament as we get things all started off here. 1 casualty, 2 casualties. Dropping bodies and catching. Oh my goodness, the Blackhawks are starting out freaking super hot at this point. Already 4 guys from Epstein are out. So 6 guys left on the court for them versus all 10 of the Blackhawks. Blackhawk is not down at this point. That is for sure. They are, in fact, up in this game by 4 men. Ooh, what a snag there by our guy with the helmet shirt. That was impressive as Mr. Ute walks off the court. So just 1 man down at this point. Make that 2 men down at this point for the Blackhawks. Epstein with a nice couple throws there at our guy with the snapback hat. He throws back. Again, lots of blanks. Oh, goes for the catch. Decides to not go for it. Probably for the best. That went off the wall, so that will not count. So body count at this point is 6 on the court for Epstein and 8 on the court for Blackhawks. And once again, we've got the wonderful just stand and think about things for 2 seconds. Obviously want to coordinate with your team as to when you're going to attack and how you're going to attack. But at the same time, let's just see some action, boys. That was nice. What a catch there from our guy on Blackhawks. He's got a soccer jersey on, I think. That looks correct. Yes. And Epstein down to 5. Well, it's still sitting pretty at 8 over there for the Blackhawks. Lots of blocking, lots of dodging, lots of evasive maneuvers, lots of what would be 90-per-hour fastballs off the ball. Nice job. Able to keep himself alive because he was loaded. Nice lefty kill right near center court. So they are staying alive. Oh, just barely unable to make that catch. That would have been super spectacular. And it would have delivered some wonderful things for Team Epstein, but unfortunately Pizza Hut unable to deliver once again. He'll deliver again. He will. He's solid. He's a solid guy. So it's going to be fine. That was a errant throw right towards the bench. No one ever wants to see that, but it happened anyway. Big throws. Oh, was it off hands? It was indeed off hands. So 3 left in the game here for Epstein. 6 left for the Blackhawks. Taking a nice commanding lead here in match 1. And bringing in another guy. It is down to 2 for Epstein. Most of the balls are on their side of the court, so certainly you would think that is an advantage for them. As you hear some background music, which is phenomenal. And there it ends, unfortunately. Lefty caught. Unfortunate. Down to their last man is Epstein here in match 1. Are they going to go for a big offensive? They are. He's going to miss. All of them will miss. 1 ball on their side of the court. 7 of them on the court for Epstein. He's going to need to shoot a money. He's going to need to shoot a money ball here. He's going to get himself set up for it. Here's the gamesmanship part. Literally all of them are parking underneath the basket. And that is a nice job there as he hits him. He hits 2 guys. So keeping himself alive here is this last man standing for Epstein. He's got the number 7. I love that. 7 is a lucky number. Evasive maneuvers. He goes for the money ball, and it is going to be off the back wall. Are they gonna? Here comes the supervisor. He went over the line. Oh, unfortunate break for Team Epstein, as he really was one of the better survivors in this particular tournament. And that will be match 1 going to the Blackhawks, who, as I said, have been very impressive. If I remember correctly, looking at the leaderboards, they actually went undefeated through pool play. So certainly a team that has their eyes on the championship here. As we head over here to match 2, they will switch sides. 8 balls for center court, and here we go. Rough. Finally gets a hit after 6 people threw a ball at him. The 5th one hits. So 1 man goes down there in the scrum at the beginning. So advantage goes to the Blackhawks to start things off. Blackhawks on the left. Epstein on the right. They will get a couple people there in that initial throw. Merciful heavens, there are some guys that can just absolutely just, knocks it into his own guy, but he's saying it hit him in the face. And we are already down to four guys for Epstein, and the full complement of players are still on the court for Blackhawk, and somehow that ball was caught. He juggled that thing until eventually he was able to catch it. Looks like there's some discussion as to what is happening. They are able to figure it out. 4 guys on the court for Epstein. 8 guys on the court for Blackhawks. He's going to charge. Going to be a nice job there to block that. Another nice job to block it. And now he's sitting like a duck, though the sitting ducks also got eliminated, by the way. If you didn't know, the sitting ducks, unfortunately, I think they only won 1 game during pool play, so they were one of the ones that definitely took an early exit. As that one is, all 3 of them miss? Wow. I really thought that at least one of those would have hit him. But this is still a pretty commanding lead here for the Blackhawks. 8 guys on the court for them as opposed to 4 for Epstein. Here we have, again, they're all lining things up, getting things organized. They're all going to kind of creep up towards midcourt, but not fully commit to coming all the way up. So we've got, once again, a nice little line. There it is, the offensive. They all go for one guy, and that is it for him. But a nice throw on the recovery, but then gets caught. Still a solid effort there from our helmet guy. And we are down to 2 guys on the court here for Epstein. 7 guys on the court for the Blackhawks. A nice catch, and we are down to our last guy. And if he does not get this one, this is the game here for Epstein. And they are all ready to get him, and that was it right there. So a nice job by the Blackhawks. They continue their dominance here tonight. I don't think they've lost a single game thus far, and they just went train through a pretty good team Epstein, who, again, found their way into this by beating a lot of people. There was a 3-way tie over at the East Gym. Epstein was the one that made it through. They took down Nicolas Cage Alliance, but they will fall short here up against the Blackhawks. And we are actually done here over at the West Gym for tonight. So the big winner over here is the Blackhawks, and they will go on to face the winner on the other side. And that game will be over at the East Gym. Thanks for joining us over here on the West Side. And thanks for tuning in on Spanish Fork 17.